Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Chill stream. And we're going to be talking about some stuff tonight. And also, everyone, happy Batman Day. Apparently, I wasn't even that aware that they're making it a thing. I thought it was Batman Day like not too long ago either. But
Batman Day. Ew.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know Scotsman's like, where's Superman Day?
Yeah.
Right?
It's Batman Day, and I'm looking around for Tommy because he always is the Joker. Where is he? Hey, where's Tommy? Where's the guinea pig club? Where is he? Right here, Batman.
Where is wholesome farm-raised, middle America, wholesome values boy day? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clark
That's why Supremes.
Scotsman's right.
Well, now's as good a time as any to let you all know that I've been replaced.
We should still have a Clark Kent Day just for Scotsman.
We ain't found shit.
I've been replaced.
Your skin color is
gingers
getting
on this stream.
extra pink-ish.
All right, power to the people.
Don't know what's going on there, but since we got him here anyway, and he's drinking, I want to say hello to Scotsman. How you doing, brother?
Well, I'm embracing, other cultures. I'm trying to not be that one ginger. You know what I mean? So I'm just going with it.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Your mic's right there, but your voice is like extra soft tonight.
Is it?
Is it just me?
It is kind of soft, yeah.
You a little quiet.
Okay, I'll check out my audio.
Play with your audio, fondle it. Just make sure that it's okay. Well, you hear the lovely laughs from Chris. It's that contagious. How you doing, Chris?
Oh, well, it sucks that it's Sunday night already.
That's awesome.
Where'd the weekend go?
Oh, dude, mine vanished in a heartbeat. But I'll talk about that in a minute. But yes, we have someone with an extra lovely voice tonight. We have Lasso of Truth. How you doing, Lasso?
I'm well, glad to be here again with you guys as usual. Thank you for having me on again.
It is a pleasure to have you, and congrats on your first toy review as well.
Thank you.
That was awesome. That was epic. And
she is a YouTube creator.
Yep, it's official.
I'm a YouTuber now. Yep.
There ain't no going back. This is the really real world. But yeah, no, it's going to be a fun time too, because I know towards the end of this month and going into October, we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff, and happy to jump over on your channel too and have these discussions on, horror and, all types of cool stuff. We're going to go over the monster figures out there, NECA stuff. We'll hit movies and TV shows. So yeah, it'll be a blast. And
definitely. I got lots of horror figures to show.
That's going to be great. And we're going to be bouncing off of everyone's channel too. Well, provided Tommy, if they could really shake down those sons of bitches over at CenturyLink. But yeah, we'll do, we'll bounce off, we'll do a triangle there of awesomeness. So hell yeah. And
sounds
we
good.
got the Doc in the house. We got a Dig It Outlaw. How you doing, brother?
Not bad. I just missed the past 2 minutes because my internet's fading in and out. It's trying to mimic Tommy. So, anyway, I just wanted to say, Scotsman, keep the red. We need our token here. We need our token redhead. They've all but disappeared, so we need you. You got to represent.
Okay.
That's right. I like the effect you got on your hat too.
It's like sepia.
It's cool. But
there we go.
There it is.
Oh, it's a ginger. Day Walker.
Now you're so bright. It's a good thing I put on my glasses too. I got the tint ones for the computer to save my eyes. You're slightly brighter than the white of the screen that's on. No, I'm kidding.
That's right.
But we should. ETEP should be popping in tonight as well. I know him and the missus. They are watching House of the Dragon. We told him if he comes in here with spoilers, then we're gonna have to break his fingers. That's just how it is, But it should be good. And let me say hello to everyone who's been in the chat tonight. I mean, Etep was the first one in here tonight. He was saying hi, and he said hashtag tits out for good old Hans Cock. So thank you so much, brother. And yeah, like I said, he should be popping in a little while. Scotson was saying hello to people too, and yeah, he's fiery ginger. Excellent stuff, brother. We have super fan Adam Shorehand. I'm gonna drop him a link. I know I forgot somebody. If he's around and he's willing to jump in, I will make sure that he does get in here because Adam's a great dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. He was on someone's stream earlier. He said he was giving me a nice little plug as well.
Oh, sweet.
But I did a convention yesterday. First one I did in 3 years.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was over in West Palm. Sadly, there was a lot of rain, so I know the promoter, he was kind of disappointed because he's a good dude, and we're pretty tight in the area. So, but yeah, we still did all right. We moved some books, so that was a good thing. I got to catch up with a few people. I also got to meet Yuka. She came down, and I gave her a couple of the books too. It was cool to finally meet her. She was very happy too because again, I've been kind of giving her pointers here and there, training her a little bit with some of the artwork, and she was super thrilled. So that was good. That was a good time.
Nice.
Where was Shadowhawk Talks? What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Killy Chow's in the house as well. Thank you for being here. Chris was saying hi to everybody as well. Tank Ferret, how you doing, man? That's right. Smash that like button. Hit that bell. That's it. You got to receive all the notifications. If you don't do it for me, at least do it for Batman. Come on, hit that bell. No, I'm turning to Walton. Sorry.
Walton man.
Walton man. Oh God. I dress up in dark clothes and I stay in the shadows chasing women. Oh God.
Yeah, that's not a superhero. That's called a sexual predator.
When Chris, you're right. Don't forget, folks, we do have that $5 super chat. So if you hit $5 or more, you get the Walton bumper. Remember that. And if Tommy's around, if I do see Tommy in the chat, I might just play it for him anyway because it just makes him laugh. And I like making Tommy laugh. King of Squibs, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Frankie Nose is in the house as well. How you doing, bro? Literally, my bro. Yeah, he was with me too. He was chatting a lot with April Hunter, a former wrestler, and she's really cool. We've seen her at a bunch of different shows, but first time we were actually neighbors, convention neighbors. She was pretty cool. She was dressed as like her version of, I guess, a Little Mermaid.
Oh, nice.
She had like a scale dress, and she had the trident, which is pretty funny.
Cool.
She didn't do blackface though.
Was she black? Oh, okay.
No, she's white with red hair. So.
Oh, double Q.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Right? What's up, Felix, man? I hope you're doing well.
Hey.
I know you got hit with the COVID stuff too, kind of hard. I did in the beginning of the year. So, man, yeah, just remember, just keep trying to get rest. Feel better. It's crazy. That stuff is nuts. It hits everybody a little differently.
Yeah.
Vitamin D, brother.
D3. Milk doesn't count.
Vitamin D3.
Yeah, that's true.
Whenever and I know Dega, being the medical doctor here, he can attest to the fact that usually in science, if you get a 70% hit on something, it might as well be almost 100. And 74% of people who had serious COVID complications, including death, had a severe vitamin D3 deficiency. That's a data point. I think we know something now.
Well, I gotta get in scientific with you, dude. That is a false number, simply because what they consider adequate vitamin D is truly very low to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying 70%, it's probably close to 99%.
Well, yeah, I had an endocrinologist tell me that everybody north of the Mason-Dixon line has a vitamin D deficiency.
Yep.
So it's something you should supplement regardless of whether or not you're diagnosed.
Yep, my doctor
in
said
terms
that
of
too.
the narrative of what we should be paying attention to as far as like what we should be intaking, who were deficient in vitamin D, severely deficient, got demolished by it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's why I go everywhere I could, and I give the ladies vitamin D daily. Good old Hans cock here. Remember, ladies. So I had to. I Jacob loves whenever I whip out good old Hans cock.
Yeah, those aren't pills, people. He's talking about an injection.
That's right. I'm not a medical doctor, but I give a lot of injections. Anyway, we do have another great guest here. We have super fan Adam Shawhan. How you doing, brother?
I struck my wife. Then I realized my wife's been dead for 10 years. Who the hell did I hit?
Oh my God!
That's
It's
Tony.
not. It's Tony. He fooled us.
What's up, everybody?
It was me, Austin, all along.
God damn it, Austin.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Okay.
Better now. Thank you, brother. That was hilarious. Oh man.
If that's super fan in the chat, he's probably like, "What the hell just happened?"
He was in there earlier. That's why I'm like, oh,
Imposter!
Yeah,
You got us.
odd people.
He's patting himself on the back now. Oh, shit.
That had to be weird, like the first word or two. Like, that don't sound like Adam.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
For a
Yeah.
second, I'm like, did he get a soundbite of Tony?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Just Donald Sutherland pointing at us, going, "Ah!"
I love you, Adam. Jump on here with us.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, Adam, I sent you a link. So yeah, if you're in the chat still or you're roaming around, yeah, you're always welcome on, brother. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great dude. But yeah, no, the convention was interesting. The promoter is always hilarious as hell. This guy Martin, he used to go to the different shows, and a lot of times like we were like convention neighbors as well. And this guy would say the craziest shit off color every time. But the second anyone comes by his table, like he's so extra professional, courteous, nice. The second they walk away, he starts making the most, like we have lewd jokes here and there over here. This guy's like rapid fire. And he had put me next to that wrestler, April Hunter. And there's a part he came by in the show and he goes, "So Vinny, did you nail it yet?" I said, "What?" He goes, and he goes, "Here, April." Like he says it nice and loud too. "Did you bang her yet?" And he starts doing like oh fuck, why can't I think of it right now? X-Pac and all them.
The Degeneration X.
Yeah. He keeps doing the X thing. He's like, "Did you hit it?" And he keeps doing it with his hands. And he walks by our table. "Are you having a good show, April?" Here. "Oh yeah, having a great show." Oh my god. That guy, yeah, he's a laugh riot. I gotta get him on one of these streams one day, because he does crowdfunding too for some of his books here and there. So I'll drag him on. But yeah, that dude's awesome. But hey, we were gonna talk about some stuff tonight. We're gonna talk about some video game stuff, some DC news. I don't know. What do you guys want to hit first? What sounds good?
Oh, Tommy's in chat. Maybe that.
What's up, Tommy? Oh shit! Oh, should we do it? We'll do it. All right. We get one freebie tonight because Tommy's in the chat and he loves it so much, and we love him. And Friday was fun. You guys sent me 3 or 4 super chats just to see the Walton one. So here it is.
I just wanted to say, I love you guys. I hope you're having a great night. Shirtless Walton is a thing. People have balls. They all have balls. Now that was really gay. Can you say it like a real man? Oh my God! I might get laid tonight. Mirror! I only have 19 seconds left. Oh my God!
Oh my God. I mean, that is a horror movie cover. Seriously, he is scarier looking than It the Clown. I mean, would you let your children anywhere near that psychopath? I mean, that is a psychopath right there. I mean, look at him. God. Oh, I mean, it cries out, danger, danger, alert, alert. I am a scumbag. I am filth. I am your enemy. I would literally not be able to finish my dinner if somebody walked over and talked to me that looked like these two guys. That's what it's about. It's the spirit of evil. Oh. I've tried to do joke photos like this to look disingenuous, and I can make any face I want to. I can't pull it off because the eyes, Chico. It's always in the eyes. Oh my gosh. Oh, he wants to run your life. He wants to control every aspect of your life because he knows he is a cowardly, degenerate sack of anti-human trash.
That was really gay.
I came on right at the right time. I love it when a plan comes together.
Yes, you did, brother. How you doing, Adam?
Dude, excellent. Just had a 8-hour cast with some new people that I met through Tommy and the Guinea Pig Club. You know, I'm learning Twitter. Y'all know this.
Nice.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I tagged them earlier and was talking with them and just some smaller channels that are trying to do the same thing that we are. And by the luck of God, today of all days on Sunday, oddly enough, the guy was like, hey, I'm streaming, and I clicked on it. I started watching and listening in the chat, and then I saw you could jump on, and I jumped on, and Christ, his show ended up, we just wrapped up less than an hour ago. I told everybody to come here, as I always do, trying to promote all of us. Yeah, because, you don't want to be like Walt. You don't want to be a wee man. But love you, Walt.
Right.
But no, man, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for the invite, Vinny. I'm glad I was able to make it. And how's everybody doing?
We're good. We actually had a clone of you here tonight. Tony came in as you.
Yes, I know. I love you, Tony. I was watching. I was in the background. I can share the screen. I mean, I literally been watching you guys the whole fucking time. I am multi-talented. I might have one eye, but God damn it, this Cyclops can do more than one thing at a time. So, I've been enjoying you guys in the background. And then, Tony, you silly little clown. I'm going to get you back, boy. I'm going to love it. I'm going to get him back so good, Vinny. I might actually break it early and let you know what I'm going to do because I trust you not to tell him because he's going to shit himself on it.
That's right. I won't say nothing. We'll make it a surprise. Samba Gogo, thank you for being here tonight as well. King of Squibs, we got a few more people who came in here. It's always a pleasure seeing you guys and girls. Yous all rock. Pale Rider, how you doing, brother? Nice, man. We were hitting some stuff tonight for sure. Are you showing it?
See, this has been playing the whole time. So
Nice.
That's me watching you guys. I've literally been, I know I haven't been very active because I was kind of meeting and greeting and talking about all of us. Man. I have to though. Yeah, it's one of those. If you believe in what we're trying to do, Vinny, how do you not do that, right? And that's the thing. I don't have any, hidden agendas or anything. All I want is the positivity to be out there, and those of us that are wanting to spread it and grow together and not do what others have done. This is the way to do it. And whether it's talking about you or Chris, and because of what you are, and I'm speaking as someone that has backed you guys and believe in it, because obviously I backed you, but I was talking about you guys before I backed you. If anything, you guys had to work. The only one that didn't have to do shit was Adega. He got it off easy. I just bought his shit. Then he had to work for 6 months. Chris Fist, Chris the Fist that poor guy. I mean, I went balls to the wall and bought his shit out just to put him on Amazon. But again, this is what a super fan does with a wiener dog.
That's right, man. And you're
I believe in it, and you know it, Vinny, and you know it. And I love all of you, and you guys are great. And hi, Lasso. I see you hiding up there.
Hi, Adam. Nice to
How are
see
you,
you.
sweetie?
I'm well.
Awesome.
Dude,
missed you, honey, but I'm glad that you had a good time while you were gone and everything was good. But we've missed you.
I know. I was just going to say
Absolutely.
It's nice to stream with you. Every time you've sent me an invitation, I'm like, I'm sorry I missed it. I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah.
I swear I'm not ducking you.
No, she did, Vinny. She did, because I was like, no, you're fine. I send Vinny stuff all the time, but Vinny, and Tony too. I respect everybody on this panel. Anybody that I send the link to, look, I'm retired, so y'all work. I have respect for you. You work. If you can make it, great. But I don't not. Vinny didn't come on my show, so I'm not going to promote Vinny. No, it ain't nothing like that. Y'all have lives. Tony would probably come on all the time, but he's working. Pete's working. You know,
Yeah, no,
Paul's
dude.
working.
Yeah,
all these people I know.
that
work.
is a thing, man. Yeah, I get them. There's a lot of things I'm juggling throughout the day. So like, I know you have them like at 2, and some you got 4:20. Like you got a couple of strange hours. I normally like I start my streaming is like usually after 7-ish. Because even when Red was doing his, like I was always at least a half hour late when I was jumping in there. And the Fridays, I make time to do the 5 p.m. one, so we could try to get our friends in Europe on. You know, I know Marinus, he's been doing crazy hours too, because he's been wanting to come back on. He just, you know, he hasn't been able to because of his work schedule. And hopefully we could get Katie and Red back on once they're. I know they're in their own groove right now, but yeah, once they're back to streaming, yeah, well, we're gonna have like a bigger hangout. And we'll have more fun again for sure. But so let's hit some of these topics tonight. So yes, we had some video game stuff. We had some DC news, and maybe I'll start with the Shira thing because I thought that was hilarious. But let me share a screen real quick since I made this, so we're gonna keep it up while we chat. So yeah, we have the Rings of Power show. Apparently, it's doing so poorly that it's going to affect some shows, and one of them is this I guess live action Shira they were gonna do, and now they are scared shitless. There was like I think 2 other fantasy shows that they were gonna dump money into, and they scrapped both of them, and it looks like Shira's the next one on the chopping block. So that's pretty funny because they said that the I guess with every episode that's out, like people are not watching that horrible Rings of Power. I won't.
They listened.
This is why they're stupid. There is a gaping hole in the entertainment industry right now from all these other companies that are putting storytelling on the back burner in order to get their agenda out there. If Jeff Bezos really wanted to make money and not push agenda, I mean, anyone with a platform right now who isn't telling the best stories possible and investing in good writers and continuity and quality and good CGI, and they're dumb. They don't know what they're doing. The public right now is aching for good entertainment, and it's hard to find anywhere.
It's a sad thing that what these people are doing. But again, when you destroy stuff that people are familiar with and they know and they love, you can't be surprised by it. The agenda, I know everyone's talked about it to death already, but it shows you that it hasn't stopped. So like with the numbers now plummeting, I think even when it first aired, the best it did was 3rd place in all of the streaming services. But then every week, like it just got worse and worse and worse.
Well, not only that, but like the amount of money that they've sunk into this thing.
Oh yeah.
For it to only be in 3rd place, like seriously, my Photoshop, every Adobe product I boot up shows that damn Rings of Power crap. You know, every time you get an Amazon package, it's in the Lord of the Rings of Power tape.
Yeah,
like, that's cost money.
The whole package, Chris. The whole package now comes in Rings of Power. Like if it's a soft package.
Their vehicles, the Amazon Prime vehicles, are decked out in Rings of Power propaganda.
That's money, man. And they're not making it back. There's no ROI there. Like, and not only that, but I haven't watched the show. But people that have watched it, even though it's Tyler Perry's Rings of Power and they blackwash the shit out of it, like that's not even the biggest complaint. People are like, dude, this is boring as fuck. Like it's just not good to watch. There's nothing enjoyable in it. And that
what's enjoyable, Chris, is when it says the end. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not because I backed it and I love it, but your book is better than again. Had they made their own world and not tie token into it and do your own thing, fine, maybe it'd be different, but because they're destroying something for no reason other than to destroy it, I would much rather see your invention that you're creating that, like, I want to force you to make a PS4 fucking game for. I'm sorry. But I mean, I like, because I have a PS4, but like, I have so much, like, I wouldn't blame you for blocking me because it's just like, not that I blow your shit up, but I mean, like, there's so much, and I do appreciate, thank you for the message back because I'm newer at that kind of stuff, and I'm only reaching out to people that I know that know the things I'm asking. So thank you, Chris, for that,
Adam,
by the way.
Oh, no worries.
Adam, like literally, if either Chris or myself could like put you in our pocket and take you out everywhere to promote us, like we would do that. So don't feel bad. You're a great hype man too, but you're
Hell yeah.
genuine about everything because you actually read through it all. You enjoyed the shit out of it, and then like you just you keep championing.
Yeah, because
So-
Vinny, I've been so mad that I've not had a good eye day because I've only gotten through like the first few pages of Through the Woods. I got to where we're at the back history. I think it was the 1900s.
Ooh.
And mind you, ADD, ADHD, I don't usually maintain what I read. I maintained everything that Chris read, and it's still in my brain because I compare Chris's comic that I've not read since I've read it to this awful show going, well, Chris would do this and Chris would do, and I don't know Chris that well, but from reading what I've read, I'm like, oh, give this to Chris. Because his world is awesome.
Man, he's everywhere telling everyone to receive the fist.
You damn right. Everybody's
clinch.
fisted.
He
Yeah,
really
hashtag
is
don't
super
quench.
fan.
And soon he'll tell them all to receive the cock. Good old Hans cock.
Well, because Hans Cock, goes with Frank Cock. And with Frank Cock, we trust. But yes.
Oh God.
Frank,
there's a lot of
wiener
cocks
dog.
in
It's
here.
okay, Chris. It's just the wiener dog. It's okay. I promise it won't hurt you much. Maybe.
Hashtag Fisk simp.
We had too much cock talk, so now we're gonna break it up with a cunt.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
No, nobody wants you to do it again.
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Don't be a cunt.
See, there he is. There you go. If you want a full shot of him, there's the Frank Cock for you. See, he's hanging out with Hans Cock and Hans Cock. Hans Cock. See, he's right there. He's ready. The Frank Cock is ready.
There's only
When
one.
she gives him that intense stare, like she squints her eyes at him. I don't know. Does anybody want me to do it again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
God,
right?
I just
No, bitch.
I
Do you
drink
remember-
it in. Oh.
Do you remember when
no.
they did that on Family Guy when Stewie was doing that with his hand and then he broke his neck? He was like turning his head like, I don't know, maybe. Oh God! Yeah,
Holy hell, dude!
that is like plastic Hollywood at its best.
Oh my God, yeah. And it's hilarious too because they're all like doing cartwheels that they greenlit that what was it, that Kamala Khan show or something, that Miss Marvel thing, like
Shaka
the
Khan.
sequel, and everyone's like, why? Nobody asked for this either.
Yeah, well, they're trying to force like basically this is what happens when niche hobbies become mainstream. They
Yeah.
don't understand that like what made the hobby like enjoyable in the first place. So they homogenize it, and it's like they lose their core audience. Like Ally McBeal fans aren't fans of She-Hulk. I'm sorry. Like, yeah.
Oh no, dude, and they're not gonna be. I know they try to go, yeah, well, that's the recipe. That's not the recipe, and you're decades, away from all that nonsense too. I don't know how I even watched that to begin with. I watched like an episode, like this is unbearable. But got Callista Flock heart disease. Indie Wrestling Aces. He goes, Hans Cock is my number one source for breaking news. And yes, I'm gonna have to get back to a few more of them as well. I know the last one was like the best one that I had done so far. Like 160 views or something. But again, it was we're just breaking balls anyway. But and hey, there's a lot of information that good old Hans Cock put out that is very factual. So when he's wrong, he'll let you know. But he's been right. So as he is the source. But yeah, I think that's hilarious. So they were going to try to get that off the ground, and it's going to flop. No Shira because of the Rings of Power and she.
It's so depressing, dude. Watching because like the fact that the Silmarillion is a collection of really like of stories that haven't been like they're there, but like we've never seen any other media other than like what's in the book. Like it would be interesting to see kind of like an anthology series or whatever based off of those stories. You could milk that for multiple seasons. But no, instead we get, this agenda-driven, activist-driven. None of these writers even have any credits beyond what they've contributed to Rings of Power. They're all malleable corporate stooges, essentially.
Oh, they are. They are.
Yeah,
and
it's
know,
terrible.
and on the writers too. Like these people have long lists of just doing horrible things and destroying, shows and movies across the board.
They're all gone now.
I was having this conversation with a couple of people at the convention, because there's like a few of them like completely dropped off on stuff too. I know one guy, he's French, so it's a little bit hard to understand them sometimes, but like he was still on the bandwagon for a lot of stuff, and then he's like lately he was like I can't watch some of them. I'm like, yeah, because this is what they're doing. It's about destroying these, your strong lead male characters, replacing them with the female ones who are, this uber powered nonsense, and then they all have the same exact voice. They all have this attitude, the snarkiness. It's the same bullshit. I was talking to another person who brought up the Love and Thunder, and goes, "Did you see it?" I'm like, "No," and they go, "Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot like Ragnarok, but I don't know. Like they didn't want to say it." I said, "But worse." They go, "Yeah." I said, "Because that's not Thor. Thor is not a surfer dude who's an idiot. Thor is a god he's got all these powers. He's arrogant to a certain extent, but he learns from that as well. He knows he falls in his face every time he does something that's way too arrogant, in the books. He has to show that he's, a stronger individual. He has to be somewhat of a leader, because he's going to end up taking over, But yeah, dude, they fucking destroyed the character, and they keep destroying stuff across the board. And like once it's like it's verbally spoken, then they sit there and they you could see it digesting in their head, going, "Yeah, you're right." Like it's crazy. I mean, I know like a lot of times like, we're on the internet and we're talking about this stuff, and a lot of us we're kind of on the same page. But to see it like at a convention with like normies mixed with fans, it's really interesting to see how it's kind of like laid out. But it's good to have those discussions regardless. I know a lot of people like they don't want to go near politics or anything like that, and it's not that I do that at the shows, but showing like how they pepper some of that stuff in, and you see how it just like the light switch went on.
Well, it's hard to avoid. It's hard to avoid getting into politics when you're talking about shows now, because they put it into everything.
Yep.
Almost as that to make it so you can't talk about it. I'm sorry, but that's how I honestly feel. Like if we can't talk politics on YouTube, but we make entertainment about politics, then they can't talk about it on YouTube. And I'm sorry, I will say now, yes, the second Thor movie, it was just a remake of the other one, only worse, with Guns N' Roses. And it was, as I've said, because you guys know I've got Nate, and Nate is like Trey, only, older and special needs. So when I say it is, though, kind of a kid-friendly movie where you could watch it and it's okay. Granted, it's not Thor. It's the Thor MCU. But it's okay for kids. It's not like overly woke or anything like that. I'm speaking as an adult for my child to watch it, though. That's all I'm saying. Not as a fan, because I'm not a fan, but it is still, I'm not agreeing with what Disney's been doing at all. But as a parent of somebody that is an adult special needs person, like Nate can watch it, but he couldn't watch the one with Cena. What was that crap called?
Peacemaker.
Thank you, Peacemaker. Yeah. Now, Nathan likes John Cena as a wrestler. That's one of his favorite wrestlers. That's his right. He doesn't understand the real world. Again, special needs. But there you go. Yes, he would love that, Vinny. He would. He wouldn't even understand it, but he'd love it.
Sure. Peacemaker. Sure. Bend over. Sure. Take the egg roll. Sure. And don't forget, we do have a great super chat bumper that Chris made me for my birthday. So that's pretty much at any amount, and I'll play it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, here's this though. I will say though, and again, the only reason I'm bringing that up is I want everybody to understand this isn't. I'm not just talking about a child, right? Like, but it was safe enough for him to watch. He couldn't watch Peacemaker. There's too much in there that's not.
Oh yeah,
PG.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not.
And I'm just not that you guys don't know. I know that you guys that know me know, but for those that are listening that don't really know me from your channel, Vinny, because I'm not, I'm in the chat here and there, and we're all on other channels together. But that's the thing. I'm speaking as a parent, as an adult. And again, I don't agree with what they're doing, but I have a Nathan, and it's a lot easier for him to just, put on the Disney Channel and the kiddie stuff that he can that you should with the classics, okay? The classics. But as speaking for the classics, I did not have a problem with Ragnarok and or this one for a child or a man child, if you will, understanding the meaning of. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got to say about it. I hated it.
I'll say that. Like Ragnarok, for what they did, because it was the first one they did anything like that. I still thought there was some funny shit in it. I can't do multiple watchings of it, but like the first couple of them, like I watched like 2 times. I saw it in theaters and when it came out, like on Blu-ray.
They wasted Carl Urban.
They did. That sucks. But I gotta say, like for what it is, there were some really good elements in there that worked, but they needed to go back into the serious side of things, especially how it ends and going into the Endgame movie and all that. Like they had to go back to the proper way of doing it, because Spike 220 had said it earlier as well. Thor is a god. He's noble. He's caring. He's courageous. This is exactly how Stan Lee and that's how he was supposed to be. Matt Fraction, and Jason Aaron, like they did their own things, and these other writers did their own shit too. But and Shadowhawk was saying it too before. He does get his ass handed to him from time to time too, God or not. But you need your characters. They can't be invulnerable 100%, because you're gonna run into a wall with certain things.
There's no arc. There's no arc.
That's why they came up with freaking green kryptonite.
well, that too. But on top of it,
complaining about Thor, and I'm just over here angry about Heimdall, dude.
Yeah. You mean the palest of the Norse gods?
Heimdall, the big red beard guy who's in control of the Bifrost, who plays him in the movies. Oh, Idris Elba.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, that actually, like, that leads me to this whole thing about like inclusion and representation. That shit needs to go. I'm sorry, but when you do inclusion, you're creating homogeneity, which means nobody's gonna like that shit. Because
they're also destroying somebody else's culture. They're complaining they're not included, but it's somebody else's culture.
Well, Wakanda can be all black. Shang-Chi's area or whatever could be all Chinese, and then you could have diversity, but you can't have like an all Norse. Like,
right?
What's that? Like that's racist.
Yeah, exactly. You can't have something that's all white, but you can have something that's like all any other culture, that just as long as it's not white.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, is like
they pick and choose because they pick and choose because they want to start some kind of a fight. Because again, what's the Norse people? Well, they're white. They're white people. So that alone, because we have to keep shitting on the white folks, on the white man, on the white woman. Like that's what they're trying to do. They have a fucking agenda because they want people to have these Twitter wars. They want this shit to be out there so that they can claim it's racism. The world's racist because of Trump. They keep doing the same shit over and over. It's a broken record. It's because if you take that out, so let's say Heimdall, they made him the white guy he's supposed to be. You have these characters now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that all happen to be white in the comic books, and they stay white. They didn't flip them. What's going to happen is those conversations don't happen anymore. It's going to be the random ones. And what are they going to do? They're going to focus on the actual crime that's happening in the real world, not in entertainment. They're going to be focusing on, hey, who just robbed that convenience store? Who just kicked an old man in the face and pushed him in front of a car? Oh, it's this person, and the focus is going to be on the real crime and the real criminals and whatever color they might happen to be. So what they want to do is we'll poison the entertainment world. We'll flip things on its ear. We'll do things that make no sense in history when telling these stories, because now we want to erase history so that we can say that people are racist and we live in a racist world, when that is not the fucking case. It is manufactured that way through entertainment, through media, because they want people to fight. It's sick. It's sick.
When they're fighting each other, they don't fight them.
Yep.
I mean, we've seen it in all different spheres all over the place. Again, what had happened here not too long ago. The whole shit with these little factions of groups. They try to create this drama that doesn't exist. They try to make something worse than what it might actually be, and they try to drudge up old shit that means nothing. And what happens? You have late books. You have fucking people who are just living off of YouTube instead of actually getting work done. And you go down that same rabbit hole because it's this division. And the people who are making the most money or the people who are sitting at the top, they're the ones who stay there because they're the ones who are spreading the poison to everything else. So like it's across the board, politics, entertainment, you name it. It's the same type of recipe because that's what they want. They don't want unity. They might claim it. They might put on the fake face of, yeah, we all got to stand united when it's bullshit. It's you guys got to support me. I'm not going to support other people. Only the ones in my little circle. That's what they do. It's everywhere.
Like Martha's Vineyard there.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was
the best hypocrisy. Yeah. Like they friggin' like DeSantis, love him or hate him. He just shone a big spotlight on the hypocrisy of these liberal, and I hate using the term liberal because they're not, but these commie leftists who are like, this is a sanctuary area. Okay, here's 50 of them. Go have fun. And if 50 is a far cry from the real number that crosses this porous border on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I lived on a border town. I know. I've seen this shit firsthand. You went the wrong way, Holmes. You know, like it's insane. It's insane. And then they're like, oh, he's going to get arrested for trafficking. You do realize that the Biden regime has been doing this in secret for what, years now?
Yeah,
flying them in the dead of night to pollute other states. Just drop this problem on other
But Chris, you got to remember one thing: the ones that they flew in the dead of night, they all happen to be underage.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. Lolita Express.
Yeah. So I mean I don't know. Like,
There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's well, hey, you don't have to take it from me. You can take it from someone else.
The fact that her father took showers with her in a way that was, quote, not appropriate. Ask yourself, is there any explanation for that behavior that is justifiable? And there's not. It's sick and it's horrifying.
He's been on fire about the Martha's Vineyard thing.
Yeah.
Dude, he even said, he was telling the people of Martha's Vineyard, no human is illegal, love is love, and that's just science.
Dude, I got to catch more of his shows. He's like one of the only guys out there. He's got the balls to say it. He's just spitting it.
They mobilized the National Guard in less than 24 hours to get 50 people off of that yuppie shit island.
But
those goddamn hypocrites.
Yeah, but we couldn't close the jazz down, right? Like we were forced to allow that to happen, but then they couldn't even tolerate them for 2 days.
50 freaking people. That's a classroom.
They don't care about the like. You have to care about being a hypocrite for that label to even affect you at all.
They're above
They're on CNN right now talking about the problems it can cause school children from like keeping them out of school for a year, and like basically saying that anybody with a sense of morality and a mind was saying 2 years ago, you know, like they're all slowly backing out of that situation too. They don't care. They can get, the fact is people are too tribalized.
Yeah, we did hear about the New York Times' deleted tweet that they had to remove like almost immediately, where they said it's almost like Governor DeSantis is depositing his trash.
Yes.
Yep, I saw that.
Oh man!
From breakfast tacos to trash.
Please tell me somebody archived that.
Oh yeah,
and shared rapidly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they really think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, that's the thing is like that's what it is though. Is we're looking at an illegal foreign invasion, and you know, as much as people hate Trump and they vilify him, they're not sending their best. You know, like that costs money. Like those people don't speak English. That requires services for translate. You know, a lot of these people are sick. They don't have like medical help.
That's part of it too, though. They don't want us speaking the same language. It's why they can't stand up to the EU, because everyone speaks a different language. That's what they want to do here.
Yeah. And I'm all for if we do like what Canada does and just say English and Spanish are the 2 national languages. Bam, put a tie on it. That's it. You have to speak those 2 languages. You know, all businesses, whatever, all markets, whatever. And the thing is like that will never happen because suddenly we'll start seeing an influx of Mandarin or an influx of Arabic, or and it's like, no, dude, like we need to put a kibosh on this. Basically, what is it? The Babel, the Tower of Babel or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's basically what happened. We're turning us into a disparate group of enclaves instead of the United States.
That's a freaking good analogy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funny.
It
the
really
company I work
is.
for, I do marketing and design for all kinds of different consumer products. If we sell to any big box retailer in Canada, we have to equally position English and French, the same size font, exactly the same translation. You can't abbreviate. You can't change the language. It has to mean the same thing. Otherwise, they'll fine you.
Damn.
Yikes.
Yeah. But at least it creates unity.
Glinter has a great one here. Because Dems played the Beatles for those illegals. Get back where you once belong.
Yeah.
Right.
Holy shit. Dude, yeah, it's insane. But it's true. Like you had AOC, Soul Assassin said it. Like she's trying to put on this little show, crying and stuff. These people are insane.
Wait a minute.
There was
Did she really?
No, I think that's a joke. I know she cried.
She was crying into the empty fence, the empty lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember that.
Photo ops. Yeah.
But it is the same shit that these people do, and they don't stop about it. So there's this sign that says all are welcome. Migrants, this, that, binary, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
as soon as they have 50 people land there, like, oh my God, what do we do?
50 people.
We don't have the resources.
But
For
like,
50 people, they have hotels with thousands of rooms in them.
The richest place in the U.S.
How many rooms are in the White House? You can fill that motherfucker full. I'm sorry, but no, this is bullshit. And I just posted in the chat because yes, I still am watching. Again, so 50 can't get the fuck out, but billions have been dumped on the rest of us and the lower class people,
exactly.
and that's okay.
That's the worst part about it is instead of flooding these like elitist asshole places where there is the money to actually pool into these resources, no, instead they start taking food out of the mouths of the poor Americans. Yep. Like these cities are just as ill-equipped as Martha's Vineyard, and they're actually worse off because there's a lot more poor people there, people that actually need services.
Obviously,
I saw
but
a meme earlier of a cartoon dude standing on a ladder taking the Martha's Vineyard population sign, says 17,000. He's taking the 5 down and putting a 0 back in its place.
Well, see, and that's it. It shows the elitists. It's a class war. This is what it straight up is, and they proved it. That's what that was. And they're trying to call DeSantis a Yahtzee. You people really are smoking crack. And it's not just the ones that they're giving out, to, again, the poor people who they want to be hooked on drugs when you go into the shelter.
Speaking of drugs, what do you think's coming through that border?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it ain't the toppest, brightest, nicest, kindest. No.
And the problem is, like, even if we prove their hypocrisy, some people will snap out of it, but for the most part, we're talking about their supporters who've been living off a false premise for 7 years now. They still believe Russia. They still believe Brett Kavanaugh. They believe these things. So,
which they stormed Congress
for.
What's up,
Riot Kitty? Great seeing you. Manliness and motivation. He's been dropping some good ones tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not reading this one out loud. But you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Holy shit, man.
Has anybody else thought like the best thing to do would be to like pray to God that the next person that he sniffs accidentally like has poop in their hair? Like I've been praying for, like somehow like a bird, I don't care. Maybe somebody hit it in there. That would just be hilarious.
He's like in mid sniff and somebody just goes,
yeah. Like please fill them full of cabbage and beans first. But yeah.
I want to see one of these congressmen or senators elbow him in the snout next time he does that to one of their daughters.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? We know how sick they are. They'll take a bribe in order to look the other way.
Their kids.
Ain't no one in Congress talking about the Epstein list. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's out of the zeitgeist now. Nobody cares anymore.
What I don't get though is let's be for real now. If you're a Democrat and you just saw this happen, that the party that you back and you believe in, this isn't a shot, so everybody listen, has just done what they have claimed the other people did, how do you then vote for this party again? Now, we all know there's going to be a bunch of dumbasses that are going to do it, legitimately do it.
Power
For real,
is their
vote for them.
goal. Power is their goal.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
It's
it has nothing to
it's
do with
crazy.
principles.
By any means necessary.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I mean, I want what all of us here on this panel want. We would much rather have a peaceful redoing of everything. You know, Trump left peacefully. We weren't at war. But when he left, and because of his faults in not taking care of business, now we're all the bad guys. And I don't like this. I don't like any of this. None of us do. We're all on edge and justifiably so.
Without started. Well, that's it. Well, without getting into that, I mean, because we know what happens, you know, a week after. So, and now how it was orchestrated. Like, that was proven time and time again. What they did to Mike Lindell recently as well, he made the announcement. He's suing our government and he's suing the FBI because what they did, they broke his constitutional rights. They broke
Trump's. I'm sorry. He's a civilian. I've said it. He's a civilian, not the president anymore. How are they doing what they're doing even to him? Because if they can do it to the former president and you're dumb enough to think they can't do it to you, I'm sorry. You're wrong.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna back all these people that I believe in. I'm tired of DC doing stuff like making Batman gay. I lost my shit. I'm sorry, but a three-way with two guys and a chick, I'm sorry, that's a gay. That's a gay. You're going gaydar there. I'm sorry. I don't want that in my Batman. I don't want it in my comics. I don't want it in my cartoons. That shit don't belong there. You say comics are for kids, then why are you guys doing this? And I'm so sick of it. Yeah. And this is Tony's fault. Tony Tone Deaf, this is all your fault.
Hey,
so Vinny and Chris, you blame Tony from here on out because it was him that helped me realize that, yes, we can talk about it, but what good does it do to talk if you're not backing the right people? That's why I backed you guys. Yes, we're friends. Yes, I believe in what you're doing, but I didn't do it because of that. And Tony, I have nobody else but to thank for you, brother. Thank you, because it was you, though. It was all the talking that we've done, and it took me a minute to realize, and then the Batman thing was a big thing. Vinny, I think you really know that now, for me especially, because of what happened earlier. But yeah, dude, I'm sorry, guys. I am not, as much as I have a room full of DC and Marvel, I am not supporting any of you. I'm done. I've had my Tony moment where it's like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not watching any more of this. I'm not paying, not with the exception of, again, with the child in hand, I do have stuff and I do pay for it, but it doesn't mean I have to watch the stuff I don't believe in. Have not watched She-Hulk and will not, you know, and that kind of a thing. I will watch the 1979 Spider-Woman cartoon and the 1980s Spider-Man cartoons and all the stuff that I grew up and loved. Getting to meet Lou Ferrigno soon. I mean, Christ, nothing's brought me to tears, but I was so excited and I actually teared up a bit that I'm going to meet someone that I've looked up to my entire life. I'm going to take my mother to tell Lou the story of how I would watch the Incredible Hulk but hide under the couch when, you know, Bruce, you know, when he would start changing, and then I'd peek around the couch to watch it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was bad for that shit, but it's the truth. That was me as a kid. I want my mom to tell this to Lou Ferrigno, because why not, man? Life is too short. I'm going to have him find a 35-pound plate weight, because why not? You know, that's what the super fan does. But again, these are things, the moments that made me happy. I got to meet some great people. I've met some great people here, Vinny, Chris, you know, thanks to Tony and ETAP and all these wonderful people that we've all followed and got to meet. And I'm lucky enough to be on here with you now. But if it weren't for you guys, I'm sorry. Where do we go from here? We're screwed. So thanks to you guys for creating and doing your work.
Adam, I thank you so much, brother. And no, I'm with you 100% on all this stuff. That's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why we do the live streams and everything. Real quick though, two things. We do have another guest, which I'll introduce in a second. But mainly some motivation. That had me cracking up tonight too. It was if Superman was a gay top, he'd kill the bottom. That's more facts right there.
That happens a lot of the time anyway, right? Like, you don't have to be Superman. Like,
don't even. I don't.
Wreck that ass.
What are these bumps?
Again.
I'm
daily-
really mad
daily
that he
dose.
put that in my head.
Like the
Daily
chili.
dose
Remember the chili
of
joke?
Vitamin D.
You
But
remember
hey,
the
you know
chili
what?
Loja,
joke?
when we need him, Vinny, where's he at?
Huh?
Where's Robert Loja when we need him, Vinny?
It's been a minute, but you're right.
Not okay.
Thank you, Scotsman. All right, so we broke it up for a second. Now I can finally introduce my other guest. So we have another ginger on panel. We got Liam Gray. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm just sort of chilling out. I'm about to go down and get a print copy of Kakashi because I've got to do a bit of script writing for that to just, final pass on the dialogue and a little bit of draw over. So I'm planning to do that later this Savo, probably, I don't know, about an hour or so. And I just saw you guys were streaming. I thought I'd pop on and say hi. Hello.
Excellent, man. Your Kakashi's gonna be closing out tonight, right?
Yeah, I think we've got 1 minute. Let me check. I think it's 6 or 7 hours left on it. Let me just make sure.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we will pull that up. Hold on. Somebody just say hi.
I was saying hi. I think that
you got a super chat.
Yes, I was about to do that.
I said
I'm gonna hit
5 hours.
It's not important.
5
Liam's
hours.
here, man. Hi, Liam. I just want to say hi, buddy. I'm so glad to hear your voice. I'm sorry, I am. It just makes me
Thanks,
happy.
man. How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. I'm
Hey,
just glad to
Liam.
hear your voice and know we love you and we're all
Yeah,
here.
that's
for you.
good. Thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Trust me, you might not have known who I was or
Thanks for
remembered
that,
me, but
guys.
I
You
know
guys
who
are
you
awesome.
were.
Like,
And
it
after
means a
what
lot,
we've
hey,
all
like,
been
I've
through,
been
I hope
through-
you never forget me. But yeah, Liam, we got you, baby.
Absolutely, man. And
Yeah,
Adam,
no,
for $2.
I know who you are, man. I appreciate it. Hey.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, man.
No
Super
problem,
fan.
Robert.
Great dude. Again, yeah, we're sending all the love out there no matter what. Because that's the thing. We're supposed to grow together, and we're going to do it. The people who are fucking liars and everything else, they're not in this circle. So fuck them. Super fan, he sent a chat out here. So we're going to play the bumper that Chris made for me because that thing is glorious.
Oh, no.
So thank you so much.
Grino.
Yes, it's yeah. Take that, Cena.
金钱看齐，两场协作，心相连的32岁了，装个当朝，驸马郎的旗帜王啊，满皇上的22岁了，装个当朝。
你好，中国，叫西娜。我必须说，现在我有第一个错误，我必须说，现在就是很重要。我爱更严重，中国更中国人。我很抱歉，对我的错误，对不起，我很抱歉，不好意思，再见。
Nice. Damn,
Thank you,
girls.
Chris.
That is good.
I just want to give a
Catchy
shout
in
out.
the dungeon.
I just want to give a shout out to Felix in the chat. Felix Haas, Blue Samurai, and Killy Chow. They all said hi to me. And thank you to everyone. Samba Gogo as well. I just saw that. Like, everyone that's offered sort of their support and their time, I truly appreciate it. I've been through, I don't want to get into a whole thing, but I've been through a lot in the last, I'd say for a long time, but especially in the last couple of weeks. And I was really sort of moved by the support that everyone sort of offered. And, I'm sincerely grateful. It's sort of, I don't want to come off contrived. I don't want to do a big stream about it or anything, but thank you. It did actually help me a lot, deal with a lot of stuff. So I owe you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah. And everyone who's been watching my streams and stuff, and they know what went down anyway. And I put the facts out there. And yeah, like I said, there's everything's out there. What actually happened. So don't drink any Kool-Aid from fucking scummy people who are super late and all this shit anyway.
I just hope that we can just move forward with everything. That's what I want. I just want the past to be the past, and I want to be able to just do my books and help the people I can help. I want to be able to stream with my friends and have a good time, and I want there to be positive vibes and positive memories. Like this is the thing, guys. This is sort of epidemic of a larger problem, isn't it? we have a look at what's going on with Marvel and DC. This stuff we talk about all the time, the current woke media and stuff like that. And what is this? This is people sort of hijacking narrative and redefining things to displace you in your life. And that's very much what I sort of went through myself. And I just want a corner of the world that's good. Like, is that unfair, unreasonable? I think that we should all have a certain right to liberty and freedom and our own space. And I think that that's really, you know, a big problem that we've got going on now. A lot of people define their identities by how they can hurt other people and how they can tear down others. But I think that the path to a better world is by creating better things and being good to one another and remembering the old lessons, you know?
Yeah.
Like a little bit of American Gods in there somewhere, but you know, you got to hold on to the old ways or you're going to end up getting lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right, man. Because again, at the convention I was at, we were talking about a lot of different stuff between what's going on in comics, what's going on in the movies, and all that stuff. And everyone's on the same page of once you make it aware of what's going on. I was saying it before you came on. It's like a light switch goes on in their head because a lot of them they couldn't really figure it out too. Like why are these movies and stuff starting to suck, or why are these shows like they're falling flat? And then when I bring it to their attention of what they did or how they try to get rid of a great character or just swap them out, if it's gender swap or if it's a race swap or whatever, and it's about shitting on strong characters and replacing them with, again, fill in the blank, whatever they feel like doing.
You can't just ignore intent. You know, that's
Right.
the issue. You know, we're not stupid. We're not fucking robots. Like basic people have basic empathy and can understand basic social interactions. I know that might not always be the case in the future, but we're currently, you know, we're Gen X, most of us. We grew up somewhat normal. And we can tell if you're just doing something to piss people off. And I think we've all sort of had enough of that. I think that, you know, if you're just doing something to make someone angry, it's just kind of like, will you just fuck off? You know, like, will you just get out of this space?
Well, it's like Riot Kitty said. She's, I guess, you know, just have a little love to give, and that's it. People seem to like lose messages all the time. Those are the proper messages, not we got to do, you know, put a flood of different shit in there that doesn't belong anymore just because we have a narrative to tell. No. If you're going to put a message in, it should be something of strength and stuff like that. Because that's what the heroes were. The heroes stood for something good. What's the catchphrases that each of them had, you know? With Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility. It's shit that you should be learning from. And you want to push yourself to do better. Not
it was
to put
true.
poison.
It was true virtue.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, they were heroes. They were more than heroes. So, manliness and motivation says Spear it was awesome and a throwback in Primal. Yeah, it was pulp. You know, so I'm sad to say
spoilers. Wait, Liam, stop.
There won't be spoilers.
I have not seen the last episode.
Trust me, Vinny. That's where I'm going. You're cutting off my segue. I'm saying we're closing out Kakashi here on the same day that Primal ends. It's a shame because Primal is one of the last great recent series. Vinny and I and Yuka did a bit of coverage on the first episode of that, which I really enjoyed, where we went over the series. Fantastic. Now, Gendy, who is I won't say that, but Gendy is a great guy, you know, like, you know, very talented creator, you know. He's now moving on to work on a project called Unicorn. And he's got another project that's going to be R18 plus, but I can't talk about that right now. But so he's got a lot of cool stuff coming and on the way. And Primal, I was sad to see it end, but powerful stuff. We don't get stuff like that enough. That's kind of entertainment that we need going forward. You know,
I saw episodes 8 and 9, and like my jaw hit the floor. Like the stuff that they do in there. The powerful storytelling. I had Scotsman watch the first one because he didn't know much about it. And dude, I mean, everything that they did in there without having dialogue to tell a meaningful story that had so much heart in it and so much strength and all the crazy shit that ends up happening throughout the series. Like, give us your impressions of that first episode.
Yeah, no. What did you think? Yeah, what did you think of it, Scotsman?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of visual storytelling where you don't need dialogue. So watching the way that they conveyed emotions and suspense, and when you thought somebody was going to do something but they did something else because they recognized that the situation wasn't what they thought it was. All of that, and the art style too. I mean, very blocky, very rough, but sort
Very
of
stylized, yeah.
Frazetta-esque stylized, but cartoony. It was brilliant. It was really well done, and
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything that impactful in quite a long time.
Yeah,
and
for
that's
sure.
why I was championing that because again, it is everything that's in there has what you need in a story, in a proper story. I don't care where it is, what time frame you're in. It has the elements that you need. So like anyone who wants to learn how to storytell properly and stuff, they should be studying things of like that.
Well,
Things
I
that
mean,
are,
he was teaching storyboards for a while. That's I want to say more. So, but yeah, no, he's a huge influence on like I could do things that way. I don't do things that way all that much, but I try very hard to rely on visual storytelling.
Yeah.
And he was a huge influence on Yuka as well, huge influence on her, one of the big influences. But he's really is one of the greatest storytellers of our time. And I know that it's unfair to expect everything to be on par with this guy, but there's so much cool stuff that we could be doing that we're not, because we're recycling things. We're treating everything like it's a look. It'll multiverse, That's what marketing has on its lips, multiverse. It'll allow us to repackage Spider-Man 37 times in 37 different costumes, and everyone's going to buy it up. And that's the way, and that's the way that people are coming in at stories in their mind. They're like, okay, how many things can we make spin-offs of? And it's like, no, look at what Gendy did. Gendy, he told a nice closed story, a 3-act story. You got a beginning, a middle, and an end over the course of 3 seasons. You've got a potential for it to spin off into a new series of its own now that it's at conclusion. But his goal was to tell a complete full story. He knew what he was doing before he went in. He has every episode as a wrap. So you've got a satisfying close and a satisfying end, a satisfying beginning and a satisfying close on every episode, because it's episodic, which we've forgotten what that means now. That apparently just means spread one story out across 12 fucking episodes or 12 issues. But that used to mean self-contained half-hour stories, pulp. And like, there's so much cool stuff that we could be doing right? And there's people out there, Vinny, you're doing it, Scotsman, all you guys know what you're doing, because and so do, this is the thing, so do a lot of these other creators that are working in the mainstream. But marketing departments have production companies by the nuts, right? So we need a new creative renaissance. We need a cultural renaissance. We need to push back against the existing power structure. We need to pitch new ideas, and we need the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We need a huge indie hit. We need a Spawn. We need a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We need something big to come out of the indies and tackle that mainstream, so that the money men that are sitting on top of this, that have been looking at this die for a long time, right? We'll go, hey, there's energy here, there's youth culture here, there's a future here, there's money here. Let's make more of that stuff. And that's how we win the war of ideas, guys. We don't get around and just yell at people.
Well, yeah, I'm not creative. Said he's writing. He's currently he's got 20 pages and half title. Dude, again, that's it. Create stuff. I have a friend who he's been reading comics for over 20 years. Loves everything to death. He is like, every possible thing that's about Marvel or DC. Like this guy, like he's an encyclopedia. So I'm like, well, have you ever sat down and wrote your own story? And he said he had a concept, he had an idea. So I'm like, so start fleshing it out, because you know how to tell a proper story. Because some of the stuff that he's told me too, or certain things, like, yeah, it works. Put it down on paper. Make something happen. You never know. You never fucking know. But just to sit there, because a lot of people, they're afraid to pull the trigger on things too, because they don't know what's coming forward, or how to connect with other artists or writers or whatever. So again, that's another reason why we're kind of doing these streams and stuff too. Yes, we're talking about things that are good and bad, but we're also bringing what we have to the table. The projects that we've been working on. And that's what we have to keep doing. And like we'll bring up shows like that, like Primal, other shit that we really enjoy. Cobra Kai.
I want to bring up more. Yeah, Cobra Kai was like, it was a slow season, but that season final, that was great.
Yeah.
And it was great for, I won't do spoilers, but like there was writing stuff that was going on inside that episode that was chef kiss. It was on point, right? And this is Story of Heroes. This is you got the two sides of the coin, like lots of good stuff going on with that. And I want to talk about the great stuff. I want to bring this enthusiasm, this excitement. I want there to be more stuff. I want them, when they did Masters of the Universe, I wanted to be able to say, this is the best thing ever. I didn't want my soul stomped on. You guys don't want to hear that.
No, I know. Well, that's why. And yeah, we covered that, man. We covered that so thoroughly. 4+ hours, like 4.5 hours, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We did, I think, both parts. Because, and again, we approached it as writers and creators. And then we went over the woke shit that they put in the problems, the real problematic crap. But going back for a second, like manliness and motivation, when he said, he loves the part in Primal, it was on the first episode, where Spirit looks over the cliff, like he's about to jump, and then he sits down. But it wasn't just that. It was like, it was all night, all day. The sun was rising. And then he saw in his heart, had he done that, it would have destroyed his family even more. And what did he see? He saw them.
Vinny, you've got to see the last episode. Let's do a final episode. Like you, me, and Yuka. You're gonna watch the final episode, and then we're gonna do another episode where we cover the final episode, because you're just talking about that scene, and I can't say anything.
All right,
You're gonna love it. You're gonna fucking love it, dude.
Yeah,
it is
well
done.
I was so impressed with everything they did. There's one story that they did where you could have dropped it anywhere in the series, where it takes place in a different time, and I thought they did an amazing job with Darwin, and they talked. It's called Primal Theory, and it's such a great freaking story what they did with it, and in the end, it's like it's your funny moment too. And then it's kind of your aha moment, which was great. Like everything about it made sense, but like it's that type of stuff that is just it's so good and it's so powerful.
Very powerful stuff, like top series.
Nuke. It's the guy who did Samurai Jack. It was on Cartoon Network. What is it like on like
Adult Swim?
Yeah, Adult Swim and all that. But it is fantastic. Again, if you're a fan of Frank Frazetta, if you just love powerful storytelling, truly impressive what they had done with that
pulp
entire
stuff.
series.
We've got really just classic stuff. And if there was more stuff that was good, imagine how many shows we could have. Like imagine if there was stuff where every week we could jump on with you guys in the chat and talk to you about how cool the latest episode of this or that was, instead of just being like that's one of the reasons that the anime scene has so many of these commentators, because there's such variety and there's so much stuff coming.
Oh, for sure.
They can just they just have to sit there and watch something and talk to our audience about it. We don't have that same option in mainstream Western media. That's screwed. Right now, everyone's an outrage merchant because everything is outrageous.
I know. Well, that's why we're bringing more positivity to everything, what we're working on, what we're discussing. But hold on for a second, Riot Kitty. Have a great night. Thank you for being here tonight. Folks, remember to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't. And we also have ETEP is in the house now. How you doing, brother?
Hey, good. Thanks. Sorry I'm late, man. I just finished watching House of the Dragon with the wife.
Nice.
Hey, ETEP.
How was it? How was it, man?
It was excellent. I literally have zero. God damn it, Adam! I have zero negative things to say about this show. Given the way that Game of Thrones ended, there was a lot of apprehension going into this, but it's been done extremely well. I'm happy with it. Yeah, no, I won't give anything away, but it was a really good episode.
Nice. Do you think that we should start a GoFundMe for Matt Smith for his back surgery, though?
Dude, carrying that Easter Island head around has got to be very taxing. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, for him carrying the show.
But there are other great actors on there, too. And I'm looking forward to seeing, as they age up, Rhaenyra is there?
There definitely
Yeah.
are, but there's no question that
Oh,
Daemon
he's-
Targaryen is.
Oh yeah, he's the standout.
Standout, definitely.
I've been waiting to watch it for when it's finished.
I love it.
Like, wife and I are planning to watch it right now. They put Mr. Mercedes back on Netflix, so we've been watching the first season of that while I wait for this to, wrap up, so we can just binge the first season.
Oh, hang on, guys. Shit, he just left. Adega's been having internet troubles tonight. He's been in the side chat. He could only get part of the conversation, what was going on. So yeah, man, dude, thank you for being here. We're gonna show his books a little bit later as well, because we love Adega, great dude, but he's getting a little bit of Tommy issues with the internet.
Oh, gotcha.
Night, Adega. Good to stream with you tonight.
Yeah, man.
You still gotta sign all 3 of your books. Sorry, Doc. I'm gonna rib you. It's gonna happen. I bought them. Now you gotta sign them.
Nice. But
Hashtag fuck Adega's internet service provider.
Right, whatever it is.
Is it also CenturyLink?
Also CenturyLink.
Yeah, really.
If it is, then we'll definitely get Tommy to rip them a new one.
Yeah.
CenturyLink is what we call the public transit system here in Australia. That's what we call our trains, CenturyLink.
Nice. Manliness and motivation. E-Type carries his nose. Mac can carry a shot.
God damn it.
Savage.
I'm sure your ears have been ringing, right? Because I was live streaming for 6.5, 7 hours before this, talking about all of you guys, and all of us together as a whole, with a great group of new people, and it's all.
Oh, that's
Tommy's
awesome.
fault. Yeah, it's all Tommy's fault, and there's other
What
stuff
did Tommy
you
do?
guys off there, but yeah, I mean it's. What we're doing, we're not the only ones doing it. There are a lot of other smaller channels, bigger than mine, but smaller than some of you guys. And they all feel the same way we do. And the networking, as we've talked, Vinny, it's working, baby. It's working. I'm proud to be a part of it and be able to help bring out the positivity as we're trying, and leaving that ladder down so everybody can follow us and doing it the proper way. So, again, it's not
for
just
sure.
a
That's the
small
thing,
group.
Yep.
It is growing.
Exactly, because I've said this from the beginning, like I said earlier, we need a new TMNT. That might not come out of me. I might not be the one to do that. Who knows where it's going to come from? Mirage Studios was just a small, it was called Mirage Studios because it didn't exist. It was their living room,
Yeah.
They were drawing this crap on napkins at diners. Who knows where the next great idea is going to come out of? And I want there to be opportunities for people that want to learn this craft and be able to get out there and reach this audience and speak their truth to be heard, as opposed to these giant mega corporations, this dare I say it, New World Order that is imposing its voice on everyone else. It's stomping out the ability for you guys to be heard, for your values, your messages to be championed. We've got to do it now because there's the opportunity to do it in the future. It's not going to exist. We're going to, I mark my words, within 10 years, we're going to have licenses to use the internet like in China. You watch. So we need to pioneer a path now. We need to build something that can be as big as, one of the big two, or at least Image, something that we have some sort of control over, so that there is a pathway up for people to learn this business, learn this profession, and provide product for the fans. Otherwise everything's going to be digital. Small print's going to die completely. It'll be gone. Yeah. And the scene will never be the same. These people aren't just backing dreams. That's a part of it. They're the backbone of this whole damn thing. They keep it going. We count on them. We need them. And, the sacrifices that we make to be out here, that they're personal. You see how sick we get, how much of a toll it takes on us a lot of the time. And that's why we got to be focused on the positive, happy things and creating that stuff, I'm bouncing all over the place, but
no, because again, you're 100% correct. Because that's it. Too many people are living in this negative fucking bullshit all the time, 24/7, and then they want to infect people with that.
It'll tear everything down. It'll tear everything down.
Again, that's what I said earlier. Because I said whatever we were talking about, a little bit of the political shit, a little bit of the stuff they put in the movies and all that. I said they're trying to get people to fight. That's the only reason why they did it. That's why Himdall. He's not the white guy he's supposed to be. They did shit like this. It wasn't for diversity's sake. It's because they wanted people to start the fight. The thing is, there's a lot of people who liked some characters that they did those things with. And that's fine, and that's great. You have awesome actors in there as well. Idris Elba, he's a great actor. I wasn't pulling my hair out about it. I'm like, it felt out of place when I first saw it, but I didn't give a shit either way. But the thing is, they want people to have these big fights because we're seeing it now more and more. Something just happened recently.
Exactly.
They tried
and
to
what's
turn
make...
Rogue. Well, hold on a second. They tried to turn Rogue black, or because an actress, she decided, oh, I want to play this character. And what happened? The internet blew up for 3 days of racist fighting back and forth. Because this is what they want. They want division. And that's why we're supposed to ignore that bullshit and just focus on the stuff that is good. What's gonna, continuously show new stuff, new characters, not regurgitating shit and replacing them, gender bending them, race swapping them.
It's
all
taking
that
because there's so few things that are good, right?
Yeah.
There are so few things that really resonate with people, and when you get this sort of, you are able to throw a ripple into the cultural zeitgeist. Rogue, what's the deal with Rogue? Well, she's a Southern belle. She's beautiful. She's desirable. She's sexy. But she carries with her a curse that means she can't have human contact. So she's also longing. She's emotionally available, but she can't touch you. Otherwise, she's going to suck your soul out, right? And then on top of it, you've got the female power fantasy of flight, superhuman strength, near invulnerability, all the fun stuff. You've got a classic character in Rogue, beloved member of the X-Men, right? Never huge in the comics, not really. Mostly popular for that old 90s cartoon, but still fan favorite. Right? Fan favorite. And then you're going to take that and you're going to mix it up. It'd be just the same as shaving a head. It'd be just the same as, people aren't going to want it. People don't want that. That's not what they want. That's not the character they love, right? So you're changing something that's already there to try and elicit a marketing response, right? And like you said, it gets everyone fighting with one another, right? But that keeps you divided, that keeps you weak, and it fuels the money machine and the marketing machine, right? So they are literally manipulating you guys, the audience, the fans. So, they are emotionally manipulating you. So every time you get angry, you're doing exactly what they want, because what they want is, instead of a crowd of 500 people standing in front of their building going, what the fuck are you doing? They have 4 crowds of they've got 10 crowds of 5 people, right? It's everyone leaves, everyone disperses, everyone's against each other, everyone's fighting with each other instead of addressing the issue. And the issue is things are creatively bankrupt right now. People that are making decisions are making it based on money. The music industry is decimated. People don't even write songs anymore. The creative industry in comics is decimated. Yeah. Small press is going out. Comic book strips and newspapers, they're going to be a thing of the past because newspapers don't exist anymore. Our industry is dying, and we're not going to get another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're not going to get another Transformers. We're not going to get another G.I. Joe.
You know what's crazy though too? Like I said, even at a small show that I'm at, there was a good number of people on this one too. Again, I haven't been to a show in a while, but the ones that I have been to, it's mostly people just wanted to buy stuff or chat about kind of what's going on. I had more people coming to my table yesterday asking about how to get into comics and that they're looking to go to the school, the Kubert school, all that shit. Like I had a half-hour conversation with this one kid, giving him some tips, telling him what books to get and whatnot. Then I had a couple other families come by and very, very interested in everything. Talked about some of the crowdfunding stuff. Like I said,
this is the thing. Because of the movies, right? This stuff is everywhere, right? This shit is everywhere. It's the biggest.
It's not just that, because people again, the shows that I was doing, it was at the height of the Marvel movie madness, all that stuff, and what they were building. I get that. I didn't have as many people then as I do now who were more interested in making their own comics or want to know more about independent comics. So that's a good fucking sign.
That is a good sign.
There are people that they're hungry to get some good stuff out there. King of Squib said stay on point. Black Rogue and Dead Captain Marvel. Amen to that. And just because of that, we'll play it one more time. I know I was going to use her as
and bless you, baby.
That's long. Will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
No, nobody wants you to do it again.
Don't be so modest.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Don't be a cunt.
That video clip is so telling because that movie made $1 billion. It was sandwiched between the two most important movies in the entire
and they
series.
paid the box office, but
right. So it was required reading to continue the story forward, but it made so much money that to see her react that way, because some people were critical of her, to see those crazy eyes pop out and that intense look, man, I just wonder how many of those reviews that were positive, how much of that positive press was just complete fucking air. Must have been air, because
dude, well, you could tell her arrogance and everything, and like she's so upset that it hasn't happened yet. After that $1 billion, yeah, that you're right. After that $1 billion, she's like, oh my god, yeah, we're probably gonna make 3 or 4 of them in a row. You haven't even gotten another one, and whatever you're gonna be in next is gonna be teamed up with like fucking 4 other broads. Like,
right. Exactly. Yeah. It's gonna be the MCU all over again, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Here we go, full captain.
Yeah. Sorry for my long-winded rant. I wasn't trying to bogart the mic or nothing, guys.
No.
It's just
I
want to see the turnaround. You know, I want to see the turnaround, and I don't want to see print media die. You know, I just we're doing a lot of good stuff over here, and I hope that people will support us. We've got a few more hours to close out. And thanks for having me. You know, like we're working hard here.
Man. Yeah, for those who haven't yet, please, consider backing this. Again, this is a beautiful project. I actually got to meet Yuka yesterday as well. That was awesome. She was super happy too. And again, from all the tips and the drawing tips and trying to help her, with the craft and everything, and seeing how she levels up all the time. It was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome.
And Liam, we got to hang out, you glorious orange dickhead. We haven't talked in so long.
Yeah, you bloody wanker.
I know.
What's wrong with you?
That's hateful. That's hateful.
Come hang out with us.
Don't be a cunt. Yeah.
Don't be a cunt.
I miss your big stupid orange head. See, that's how you know I love him. Because
I'm looking at. I don't want to say too much, but I'm looking into I've got a new computer. I've got a computer that won't be a piece of crap. I'm still on the piece of crap. But I don't sort of want to unbox it because we're going to be moving house, and it's kind of like I don't want to unbox and set it up and then move. Come on, yeah. But I do want to catch up.
What just happened?
Billy jumped in because he didn't want to unbox his computer, and don't be a cunt.
Well, here's all I'm going to tell you, Liam. You got a lot of people here that are fans of yours and friends of yours, and we all want you to come play with us when you're ready and got your house and your computer put up, and you come hang out with those of us that are backing you and are your real friends instead of these fake ones.
Right. Thank you.
That's all I'm going to say, baby. Nothing but positivity here. We all love you. We're all glad that you're back to doing the books. Fuck all the other bullshit. We're here. We're doing it live on Vinnieart, baby. That's where you need to be. If you're anybody, you're here. So, hint, hint. But, yeah.
I got a hype man, and I love it. Sorry, Lasso, what were you saying?
Oh, God, now I forget. Oh, yeah, Liam, you got to do your computer unboxing on screen. You got to do that.
Film your computer. Yeah, unbox it. Film it as you're doing it. Like have the wife or the kid.
Oh, no way. Because I don't.
You just cut out.
Okay, maybe we'll see. Okay, all right. I didn't think that'd be something people would want to do, but at the moment, I'm I sort of stream exclusively to my Patreon because I've been facing a lot of difficulties in the last few years. So I shut my YouTube channel down. I just sort of hang out with you guys, and I get sort of pretty peaceful over here. So but
well, that's the thing too. Even if you hold on a second, even if you record it, set it on private, whatever, come over here, and then we'll air it over here because it's always hilarious seeing shit like that. Lasso did her first figure review and unboxing, which is awesome. She did a Superman figure.
You
Tommy,
can tell I'm a noob.
It's okay. No, so are we.
Well, again,
most of us are, sweetheart.
Time out. It was your first one. You did a fantastic job. You seriously did. You
Thank
got
you.
great information in there. You were very pleasant to listen to while you were describing everything. You had cool segues between the cuss. You had like the tearing of the paper and to show the next segment. Like that's cool stuff. You had production value. I literally on my first one, I just put the figure in the box. I had the lights going, and then I had to take out everything that I said because all I heard when I played it back was like either my shirt was hitting the box or close to the phone, and you're. I'm like, oh, great! And then you did the,
speaking of high production values, Vinny, have you watched my trailer? Have you watched the trailer for Kakashi?
This one?
Yeah, have you seen all the hard work I put into that?
Did you update it, or is it the one that I know it is?
It's the one you know it is.
Tommy's in the chat asking some very valid questions about Liam's computer. Like, I need to know about Australian technology.
Well, this time I got all fancy technology, so it's like way more advanced than like what I had last time. So this one is a screen, and it doesn't even have like the side box that goes with it. So I can just like sit it there, and it'll work. Apparently, you know.
Do you have to tear the sides off your printing paper?
Yeah.
He also asked you, you got to blow on the cartridge for your computer before it's starting it.
Wait, that was Nintendo.
Yeah,
it was.
Oh gosh.
Oh fuck.
Good memories. Good memories. Thanks for laughs, guys.
Yeah. Well, we were gonna start talking about some video game stuff too, because we had part of that discussion on Friday, and Chris had he was saying a lot about that stuff. I don't, Chris, are you still there tonight, or did you? I see his mic's off now. Yeah, sure. Every time.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there he is. Because we were gonna start talking about some of that stuff because of like what's going on with these consoles as well. Because part of it is because I got excited that they're doing Resident Evil 4 remake, but they finally announced it's going to be also made for the PS4. Now it was supposed to be exclusive to 5. But 5s are impossible to get. 1, 2, they're way too expensive. 3, the selection of games are shit. Now, between 4 and 5, you didn't get much of an upgrade in the quality of the work. Like, I understand there might be a little extra space here and there, but it's not that vastly different where, you know, to justify a price tag that's close to $1,000 fucking dollars.
Oh, but it's $10 more per game now.
And that too. So it's a lot of it is bullshit through and through.
I
think people are sick of it.
Do console releases get worse and worse with each generation? Like a console used to drop, and even the Super Nintendo, I think it had like F-Zero and Super Mario World on it, but those were games that you could play for like weeks, months, years on end. It feels like all these consoles that release now, especially on the PlayStation and Xbox side, there's always a weak lineup at first. Like, and that's when you want a strong lineup.
Yeah. Well, they're not selling killer apps anymore. People didn't buy the original Xbox for buying the original Xbox. They bought it because they wanted to play Halo.
Yeah.
People didn't buy the Nintendo. They wanted to play Super Mario Brothers.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
I mean, that's
now
the thing. You
like,
can't have a console without a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you can, because that's not what they're doing anymore. They're not selling consoles anymore. They're selling rental terminals. You're basically buying really expensive rental terminals, and they're selling you a service. The service they're selling you are like Microsoft Games, PS Plus, or whatever. Like, it's garbage. It's a scam.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, again, and you can thank Microsoft for all that shit because they started with the Xbox nonsense.
Yes, back in '98. Yeah, they basically fisted the industry.
They did.
Yeah,
I thought it was shitty that you got to pay to have a fucking online service on your like Switch to be able to play multiplayer.
Yeah, that Nintendo's online service boils my blood, because not only is it a big old paywall that they lower on you, but those assholes aren't even hosting their games. At least Microsoft had their games hosted on servers. Nintendo is literally charging you money for peer-to-peer connections. Peer-to-peer, if you're not familiar with, means you're connecting to somebody else's platform or somebody else's console, and it's not even touching any Nintendo servers or anything.
See, that's retarded. That's like
Seriously?
It's infuriating. Yeah, and I've I got friends that are streamers, and they're trying to play Smash Brothers online, and the service is so shit because you get something called an HPB or a high ping bastard. Somebody comes in and tries to play the game, and they got a high ping, meaning that their connection is shit, and suddenly the whole game goes to hell. So people will be playing the game and get kicked off.
I don't.
I thought that HPV was some sort of sexual disease.
It is.
Right? I was like, wait a minute.
And it is in the gaming industry as well.
Yeah,
we all have
it's
tiger
definitely
blood now.
Can I ask Nuke, is it going to be an entire playthrough of Village in third person? I saw they were adding some sort of DLC, but I really want these guys to play Village because the story in it makes so much sense. Like it really brings everything full circle.
And I did look into it too, because Tony, you had told me that because I told you I was against 7 because it to me was like a Rob Zombie movie. You just white trash hillbillies. It had nothing to do with Resident Evil, and I'm like, it pissed me off. And then when you told me a little bit more that how it does connect, I looked into it more. I saw a little bit extra stuff too, and I could see what they were trying to do. But this did sell me what Nuke had mentioned. That's why I kept it up. Because I saw that the gold edition, the entirety of the game is going to be in third person now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they said it's a new mode. So I said, yep, they got me. Because I do love that type of world. I love what they created. The castle, the European stuff, the werewolves that they put in there. Like, there's so much cool shit that I want to see and play as and kill in the game. Which is going to be fun. It's going to be a blast because Capcom, again, I grew up with their games. I love all this shit. I was fortunate enough to, while I was working at McFarlane, I got weapons designs that made it into Onimusha, which was fucking amazing. Like that's something I always loved that company. So like to see what they were doing with the franchise, it was pissing me off. But now they're kind of going back more to the proper roots. The remake games I absolutely loved, and it's part of the discussion we were having on Friday as well. Because I know most of these companies, that's what they're doing. It's now, we got to reboot everything. But for the Resident Evil series, I'm happy they did because it went back to the darker roots of what it's supposed to be. Survival horror. That's what you need. It's not an action-packed fucking... You have your action through what when you find those scarce bullets and you have to try to figure out how to survive, how to defeat a monster or whatever, or a boss, how to get out of a situation, the puzzles that they put in it. Like, all that is part of it. I know 6, they went more movie action, like they had to have huge set pieces and all that. They had moments in that game, but there were other ones that were, they were what they were. But
it's all about marketing.
I was disheartened when they went first person, and I don't play first person shooters, and 7 and 8 were the first time I really did, and I get why they did it. It's because it kind of involves you more, it kind of helps you with the jump scares, but
well, it makes it a you instead of a character.
Yeah, I still prefer third person. Like, I like looking at Leon or Jill.
Well, that's the game. Like, they completely changed the genre. Like, Resident Evil was a third-person survival horror game. It was based off of basically Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, but you want to know about these characters, how they're going to survive, and how they're going to uncover the Umbrella situation. When they put that new character in there, and they try to make it like you're the one who's playing it, or you're the character, but you're not, because they keep referring to this guy, and then the other situations that happen that make no sense.
Oh yeah,
That's why I'm happy they kind of fixed some of it. But we did have a $5 super chat, so I have to play it. Parrot Head, thank you, brother. He goes, where's the gash? Ron Gashman. No, so it's $5, so you get the Walton special here. So get ready. This is presented by an old Hans cock. And it is right. Where the hell did it go? Hold on a second. My bumper moved. How did these things shift? There it is.
I just wanted to say, I love you guys. I hope you're having a great night. Shirtless Walton is a thing. People have balls. They all have balls. Now that was really gay. Can you say it like a real man? Oh my God! I might get laid tonight. Mirror! I only have 19 seconds left. Oh my God!
Yes, oh my God. I mean, that is a horror movie cover. Seriously, he is scarier looking than It the Clown. I mean, would you let your children anywhere near that psychopath? I mean, that is a psychopath right there. I mean, look at him. God. Oh, I mean, it cries out, danger, danger, alert, alert. I am a scumbag. I am filth. I am your enemy. I would literally not be able to finish my dinner if somebody walked over and talked to me that looked like these two guys. That's what it's about. It's the spirit of evil. Oh. I've tried to do joke photos like this to look disingenuous, and I can make any face I want to. I can't pull it off because the eyes, Chico. It's always in the eyes. Oh my gosh. Oh. He wants to run your life. He wants to control every aspect of your life because he knows he is a cowardly, degenerate sack of anti-human trash.
That was really gay.
You guys get so like active as well when I start playing the clip. I thank you, everyone. It's just hilarious. Oh man. Yeah. He wasn't here tonight, but he did pop up on Friday when we were playing it, and he kept screaming. He goes, "No, not $5. Play it at $20." And I told Walton, I said, "If you send me $20, I'll stop playing it for the day."
And then he just stopped and said, "Oh God, oh no,
yeah. Oh God,
fine, me $20.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, Frog G's in here, man. You hear about his book?
No, I was at the show yesterday. I think he launched.
Dude,
yesterday,
yeah,
right?
Voodoo Gods and Magic. He put the link in the chat, but holy crap, dude, that's gangbusters, man. He launched on Red Valkyrie's channel, and I think what was it, 4 hours the book got funded? Like, bam!
Beautiful, man. Congrats. That is
yeah.
fantastic. Much love, man. Grab me the link. I can't do it from here. What's it called? It's Voodoo Gods of Magic. All right, I'll look it up. But dude, yeah, congrats, man. I fucking love hearing that. Frog G, you are awesome. You're the one frog we love. Pull it up. So give me a second. I'm going on his page. Again, man, yeah, he's been dropping links for everyone. What a great dude, and Jason's a great guy as well, man. There we go. Boom, dude, that is fantastic. Holy hell, man. Yeah. That is fantastic to see. Again, Froggy, he's been around forever. He's been helping out everybody. He's been dropping links all the time. Yeah, man, big props to you. Yeah, we'll get you on one of these days. If you want to come on sometime later in this week, just hit me up. You're always welcome on. But dude, that is great. 48 pages. Beautiful. Yeah, this is the first time I'm even seeing this right now. Excellent, man. See, that's what
kind of been waiting on him to launch it. I kind of missed the launch. So yeah, it's good to see though. Yeah.
Yeah, I got all of his like if you did the mailing list, like your email inbox would get like daily or weekly or whatever wallpapers, or maybe it's not weekly, but it was basically with it. You get multiple wallpapers, and I was like, should I print these suckers out and make cards out of them?
Right.
They're awesome.
That's how I felt about your project. It is awesome. You know, it's great to see, again, Chris, it's great to see you as a creator, though, that's into somebody else's work, too. And that's the thing with paying it forward and doing the things that we all love. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean,
badass, dude. I'm glad to actually see it, Frog G, because I've been kind of waiting. And again, I apologize, brother. I had missed that you had launched. But yeah, this is something I know I've been looking forward to. And yeah, dude,
it's. I mean, as far as creators, back in other creators, dude. Seriously, like, you know, in game design, we have that saying, beware the skinny chef and beware the video game designer that doesn't play video games. Mm-hmm. Well, it's also the same with creators, man. I mean, these are my teachers. You know, every time I see one of these books, I'm learning stuff. You know, like everybody should be doing that. Like you should be looking at the smallest of the small books, the biggest of the big books, and picking up because there's a lot of cool stuff in there.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. We had this discussion too. Like one of the first times I started chatting with Chris, and we were bouncing off some ideas and talking about the different campaigns, how we were doing fulfillment stuff, and everything. And that's how it should have been. It should have been like that from day one. And a lot of people made it about other shit. And, and that's what I do not like. So we got to get back to that stuff, helping each other in a good way, learning off of what we're doing. Red and I, we bounced off a bunch of ideas as well. He saw the quality I was putting out there. I was doing the highest grade paper stock, all that stuff. Talked to him about it because he wanted to do it for his novel, and then for when he did the actual comic book. And it's about helping each other. But I think we know it at this point. And the ones who don't want to do that, and the ones who cause problems, like, I don't need them anywhere near us because it's destructive. So we want to build. We don't want shit to be torn down. For their own.
Check out Voodoo Gods and Magic, man. Check
it out. The links are dropped everywhere. But don't forget to, man, Kakashi. We only have a couple hours left on this one, so do what you could. Make sure people are going to
get us to 50.
That.
Get us to 50. That's right. We need one more backer, and we're at 50. Come on, guys. Is there anyone in there that hasn't backed it yet? Be a hero.
I don't know. Why don't I tell you what? Because the dogs are about to take off, and I hate having to do this, so I'm not going anywhere. But Liam, Vinny, can he just kind of plug it a little bit for those that don't really know, if there's anybody that doesn't? Give him a little plug time, please.
Yeah, man. Liam, go for it. Give him your proper picture on what this book is, how much fun.
Because if I'm gonna back you, Liam, now we're friends, baby, and I'm ready to back you. You gotta work for it, son. You gotta work.
Like
for
I said,
it,
I put it. Yeah, sure, of course. I know. I did. I've done the song and dance. I should have had it all prepared, but I didn't. I didn't really.
And before you start, make sure people are very well aware of, again, the praise that you've been getting from top creators in anime and manga.
Yeah. I put it here. I've got like So, as you guys might know, I've had dealings with Jump in the past, so they've reviewed my work previously, and Akira Toriyama, who's the creator of Dragon Ball, this is what's here at the top of the page. He was referring to my work, and he said, "The story was full of energy, and I enjoyed reading it. For a manga from overseas, I didn't feel any awkwardness while reading. It's great to see this kind of ambition. It felt really refreshing and fantastic." Then we've got Oda as well from One Piece. That's the most successful manga and comic book of all time, bar basically nothing. He said, "This was a winning book. Its only downside was that the entrance," that's Odie and Liam, "made a continued series." This is because we made an ongoing story rather than fully wrapping it up in one book like we were meant to. But then the creator of My Hero Academia says, "I had so much fun. The entrance," that's Liam and Odie, "are able to think outside of the box. Even though I'm the judge, I learned something. I had a realization. Manga is allowed to be free-spirited." And that's really the essence of everything that I do here. This is about liberation. This is about, being free-spirited. It's about, pushing back against oppression and oppressors. That's an underlying theme you'll find throughout all my work. Mm-hmm. Then you've got the creator of Slam Dunk. He comes in and he's like he's one of the guys I use as reference. And he says, the entrance, that's Liam and Odie, are a rare talent. If they stick together, they will go far. I couldn't put the book down. It was full of energy. And you'll notice that through all my work. My work is just full of energy. It's like, it'll keep you bouncing from page to page, turning.
Yep.
And then we've got the creator of Blue Exorcist, Miss Cato. She says, first of all, I was totally amazed by the level of arts and the skills, the level of the art skills and the writing. The moving panel layouts and compositions were unexpected. This is a manga story that never could have come from a Japanese mangaka. I'm really happy to see that. So you'll see that we've got the endorsements from these guys over here. They're going like, this is great. This is like something new, fresh. It's exciting. You'll find that through a lot of my work. So Murder Dolls itself is the first part in a 4-part story. The tagline simple. We just sort of start out with pestilence, famine, pain. These are the father of the scarecrow, the Kakashi, a grim legacy of disposable soldiers gifted nigh immortal bodies by Norco to defend the atrophying farmsteads of Tristitia against the ravenous appetites of the Ziz. So, Kakashi #1, Murder Dolls, is the latest harrowing manga from Conquest Comics, continuing the expansion of the Xenoverse. That includes Xenotype Dreamcatcher, Xenotype Apocalypse, Xenotype Fathom. Kakashi set on the beautiful sunburnt isle of Tristitia, following a catastrophic national disaster brought about by the careless genetic tempering with wheat to produce a new superfood. So this is a story about it's sort of a parallel Australia.
And
Sorry,
yeah,
go
I
on.
was about to say, yeah, I was about to say that to them. Yeah, it is. It's his kind of his take on Australia is the world that he built in here, and I'm telling you, it is amazing because what Yuka's been doing too, and how Liam's been writing out this story. These pages are so much fucking fun. The layouts are brilliant, and again, for every time she got a little bit stuck or needed a little bit of help, like we talked out stuff. Again, you got some of my influences are on these pages as well. So if you are looking for even more great stuff too, and again, quality, because I stick with people who I know are putting out amazing work and amazing projects, and I want to help grow and give some of my knowledge back to
Well,
others.
I'm sorry that you only want one. Vinny, can you share my screen real quick? And I'm sorry to do this to you, Liam, but yeah, there you go, sucker. You got it. I backed you. It's
Thank
there.
you.
I saved it just.
Thank
No,
you.
dude, I'd already look, brother. I'd already planned on doing this. Vinny already knew. Like, I didn't know you were coming on, but I'd already.
I didn't know I was.
backing
I didn't know
full
I was coming on.
everything
I just saw Scotsman was on, and Vinny was doing the stream, and you guys were on. I thought I should pop on for 5 minutes before I go print this off. Down here for the full synopsis, right? I'll run this through for you guys. Save you guys reading. I say so. It goes. The synopsis is as follows: goes. It is 75 years since the collapse. The weak have been culled. Demons on black wings fill the sky, and the fight for survival is more dire than ever. As the seeds of neo-civilization arise from the ashes of Tartary, the old world is forgotten, and with it, the old lessons. Will the hungry hands of corporation close around the heart of this once great nation, or will the children of Ash retain their freedom and autonomy? If faced with an apocalypse, would you trade your liberty for security? This dystopian series will follow the tribulations of two Norco scarecrows, Jack Williams and Scarlett Grayson, as they defend their post, the remote landlocked farmstead of Guida, again from the Ziz and marauding gangs. Under the tutelage and guidance of their abusive drunk mentor, the legendary scarecrow Superman Lloyd Sortel, the surrogate siblings struggle to find meaning and purpose in their thankless lives. Struggling to balance the tedium of their job with the sudden peril and urgency it entails, the passionate but simple gun bunny Scarlett finds herself seeking an escape from her responsibilities, frequently succumbing to distraction and carelessness, while her stalwart brother Jack tries to give meaning to the struggle, scars, and abuses by surpassing the legend of his deadbeat adopted father. However, when Lloyd's latest reincarnation does not go as planned, the two find themselves saddled with more questions than answers, and shouldered with a responsibility neither particularly want nor are prepared for. Sorry, I'm rushing through, but so that's the sort of outline for Kakashi 1. It's, again, a sort of New World Order story. This is set in the same universe as Xenotype. It's just on a different continent. So this is sort of a continuation of the Black Diamond conspiracy for anyone who's trying to piece together what exactly that might be. Unlike in Xenotype, the sort of the mainline books where the characters are sort of actively fighting back against the conspiracy. For Kakashi, I wanted to do something where people were just sort of living in spite of it. Like they were ignorant to it. They don't know anything about it. And they're just sort of dealing with the consequences, trying to survive. So this is about a nation of survivors that have lost their civilization. These Ziz, these giant monster crows, which are named after the Jewish, bird of myth, have come in. And they're an invasive species that has completely decimated the countryside, consumed all of the crop, and then spread a virus that ultimately led to mass death. When the cities could no longer sustain themselves because the farmlands went down, and then when everyone died, all the crows moved into the cities, and they just gorged on the corpses of the dead there. and took over the city. So anyone who wanted to survive had to sort of head out into the bush and go back to their sort of bush ranger past. So now they have these small little farms as they're trying to come back from extinction and sort of rise up from a Mad Max apocalypse into a more civilized world again. And you've got people that are trying to sort of guide and shape what that society might actually look like and what that society might actually be. Meanwhile, you've got Jack and Scarlet, who are just two grunts that essentially are hired to do this job, you know. Well, not hired, but they're essentially, you know, the protectors of this farm. And they've got to sort of deal with the consequences of their you'll see. But yeah, we got power armor. Got transforming motorcycle power armor. That's cool, right? We've got all sorts of cool stuff, guys. It's a classic, you know, sort of. I'm not good at this one. I'm not playing in it, but I like Bush. Life Force is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, but yeah, check it out if you haven't. Like, it'll be a good read. You'll get human characters in interesting situations, and it's a lot about, you know, I don't want to go full Neon Genesis Evangelion here, but this is a lot about human instrumentality. There are underlying alchemical themes throughout the book. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this, you know, when you actually get a chance to have a look at it. It's not
there's again the world building that you've done between these series and this whole universe that you've been working on. It really is epic. So again, if you knew anything about Xenotype or you enjoyed that book, you're looking forward to more stories, you know, again, it's in that universe, and you'll see you know, other stuff that is happening. But yeah, it's a beautiful project. It really is. I love the work that you guys been doing with it.
It's a story about people. Yeah, it's a story about people using people, and you know, and that's sort of what I wanted to say. I wanted to address a little bit too here, like the decline of our. You'll see here if you just if you have a look at the first page there, Vinny, the actual, like, back on the actual front page of the campaign. If you just for a second, like, you'll see here, you can sort of get the setting breakdown if you just scroll down to just past down. There, you'll see here that essentially this is just summarizing what happened, where they were genetically tampering with the wheat, and that led to these giant crows. I don't know if you can tell from here. You'd probably have to go look at the campaign page, but that's a harvester in the claws of that Ziz there. So that's how big these things are.
Yeah, these things are massive.
They're huge monsters. And then you'll see here that we've got Peter, have essentially come in, and they're actually petitioning and fighting for the rights of the Ziz, you know, because they see them as being abused animals. And so a lot of this civil unrest came from stuff that we're seeing now, like with Antifa and stuff. Like, this was all sort of contrived and intended. Now, these are all just useful idiots, you know, but their rebellion ultimately led to their own death and their destruction. And the country, as I sort of said down at the bottom, it was originally called Tartary. So this is a new country that has rose up from the ash of that fallen world. So if anyone's interested in the old myths of Tartary, then this is something that might be something that you're interested in too. Because it's an interesting little non-existent country that's just seems to have disappeared from history. So there's a lot of cool shit we've got going on here. Signed copy. Certain tiers will give you a signed copy. I can't remember which ones off the top of my head, but I think it's like Silver Plus or something from there up. I'm not sure. It'll say in the book if it's signed. The first ones are just they won't be coming signed like the lower tiers, but the higher ones will, because I've got some that are coming as like collectors and some are reading copies. It's all pretty easy. It should be pretty clear if you click on any one of these.
No, dude, I figured it out. Look. I'm a new one. Like Vinny and Chris both worked with me heavily to try, because I have sight issues and everything. Not that it matters, but you know, I'm disabled. The guys helped me out, and I thoroughly am very grateful to these gentlemen that have helped me to get this stuff and then be able. So unfortunately, I could only do like the bronze because I'm on disability. But again, it doesn't matter. Like,
that's fine, man. Like, I appreciate that.
You went on Jeff. You went on World Class, baby. I've been interested in this for a while, so I am very happy. I know, dude. I know. You're not about. It's not, and I'm happy to be able to back it. Trust me. You and Vinny are close.
Thank
Me
you.
and Peabody, I have been adopted by Mr. Peabody's mom from Perth. I am American Australian. I am the double A. Okay,
Oh, nice.
So that's how it runs, my friend. So you're stuck with me too. But yes, man, I have been looking.
I wanted to talk a bit about Australia as well, without like it being Australia. Like this is an alternate world, but it's sort of everyone talks like they're Australian. It's got a bit of Aussie tongue in cheek in it. There's some fun Easter eggs and stuff. But like I've just been watching my country lose its autonomy. Like I don't want to sort of like make a huge deal out of it, but like I've been watching my country lose its autonomy for the last like 10 to 15 years. Like we sold all our rail transit systems to Asia. Like McDonald's owns more land countrywide than our largest state. Like mega corporations have just sort of been coming in, and you'll see that's what that first panel's about. You know, you've got NME there, and then you've got Norco, and you'll see they've both got their hands behind their back and they've got their fingers crossed to symbolize they're both scumbags. They're always just as bad as each other, but they're just they're taking advantage of each other. I sort of wanted to sort of, without politically browbeating people, sort of show what China's doing to our country, you know?
It's frightening.
And
real quick though, too.
Mhm.
We just say, Parrothead. Yeah, thanks for popping. He says breaks over. Yeah, man. Have a good one, man. And thank you again for the super
Thanks,
chat.
Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lee.
But yeah, I don't know. I was just saying, like, I just wanted to sort of create this rich sort of world that was sort of something I knew. And you know, in Australia, we have this digger spirit, right? And it's like, once when I was growing up, you'd see guys in broad brim hats and blue singlets, and every guy'd have, you know, like stand head and shoulders over an American. You know, most guys would be all tradies, all in real good shape, and that's gone. You walk down the street now and everyone looks like they're from America. Like our country's basically had its culture completely subverted. There's bits here and there, but it's not like it used to be when I was growing up. And I don't hate America. I love America, but I'm looking at what China's doing. The fact that they're like threatening to nuke us and shit. It's like, and like everyone's just going, well, they better not, but like no one's doing anything about it. Like, I just thought, hey, this is a great opportunity to tell a sort of cautionary tale or sort of showcase this, where it's like, this is a world where foreign interests essentially came and took over another country. And because there was no laws or anything sort of suppressing what they could and couldn't do after everything fell into apocalypse, they can just rebuild and engineer a society that they want, and how that could be better and worse. And I wanted to tell the story, of course, through the eyes and the point of view of people that were living in that world and had to deal with other people making the choices for them. So, because you know, in Australia, like I said, we've got this bushranger spirit of independence. Go out into the bush, go underground. If shit goes bad, you just take it back. You know, like that's what our country's built on. And I wanted to show that in a book. You know, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. It makes more sense in my notes, not when I'm spontaneously rambling.
Yeah, but again, don't worry, because like all the information that you need anyway, you put it into your stories and you do it in great detail. That's why.
Yeah.
So like you have extra backstories and you know where the rest of it's going. So like as you do more of the series, like you know, people are gonna see the full layout of everything. But yeah, make sure get out there, grab these links. Put them on social media. Let people know about it. Because again, this is a beautiful freaking story. It's awesome what he's doing. And yeah, it hits everything. You know,
shared on Facebook, and shared on Twitter. And by the way, you're not rambling on. You're an Aussie. You're waffling on, sir.
Waffling, yeah, that's right. I love this, and it's like they use Phaser technology, which is something I haven't seen anyone else do in anything else ever, which is sonic lasers, which is what happens when you bend sound into essentially lasers. It's a real life technology.
Hold on, if anyone's dyslexic, read this for me because I can't.
Speaking Australian just takes some effort and dedication. See, you just got to be. What's wrong? Can't anyone else read that?
Yeah. No, you
you have to be upside down to read it.
Right.
Well, now how I feel, I got to read all your words. I got to read
It's an Australian joke, Liam. You guys are under us on the other side of the world, upside down.
Yeah, I know. I get it. That's what I'm saying. I got to deal with all your
That's why he was able to read it properly.
That's why all of this. That now you know how I feel. That's what all your messages look like to me. You know,
he's got to turn that filter on to make it right side up for him, as we've got to turn it. You know. right?
No,
Side
no, no,
down.
no.
Oh, yeah.
That's called dyslexia, Liam.
Oh.
No, that's if it's backwards, not upside down.
It's backwards and upside down.
Yeah, it is both.
China's asshole. Yeah. No, well, I mean that's the thing. Like
China is asshole.
we've got a sub. We've got a sub that's nuclear powered, right? It's not a nuclear submarine. It's nuclear powered, and this is on 60 Minutes. And I'm surprised no one like. But so they get the ambassador of fucking China on this interview in 60 Minutes, and he says, "You guys breached your nuclear contract by not having nuclear technology, so we're gonna nuke you," you know. And I'm just sitting there staring at this, and the guy says, "Yeah, but we don't have any nuclear armed weapons. We're not in breach of the stuff." And he says, "Yeah, but you could put them on the submarine if you wanted to. So we're just gonna consider it the breach anyway." And I was just thinking, like, this is fucked. Like, this is why is no one like? This is insane. They've been trying to get to Australia for a long time because we hold the uranium mines. We have like the largest deposits of like uranium, and the stuff that they use for producing their mobile phones, since most of the phones are produced in China. And because we have laws in place that prevent the destruction and pillaging and rape of land, you know, just to plunder our natural resources, China's pissed because they can only get like so much through legitimate means. So they just want to destroy our government and come over and just pull all of this shit out of the ground because it'd make them a fuck ton of money. And we just, in their eyes, we just have silly laws preventing us from doing that. But it's to protect our country, you know, like,
yeah.
And we can't, our Navy is not large enough that we can defend our full coast, you know, like it's, we got a really good Navy, but not good enough. Our country's too big, you know? So for a long time, there's been sort of threats of Indonesia and stuff and other Asian countries like coming in and settling small communities here in Australia. That's been in fiction and stuff like that, but it's a viable, like the Navy's spoken on, it's a viable thing that could happen if there was a full-blown war. We need America. Like we spend a lot of money making really elite troops. Like we make Rambo. That's what we do in our army. And then our Rambo guys go over and are hired by the American military to train their Green Berets and stuff. So we have a really good training program for our military. I think we spend like 5 to 10 times more per soldier in our training. But the problem is we don't have enough people. And so right now we're looking into drones and stuff like that, which I'm not thrilled about.
But because the hand-to-hand combat, it's a different thing. I mean, with my friend Frank, who's like, he's trained teams all over the world. From the stuff I've heard from him, things are very, very different. That's why, like, the people he trained, they'll do like covert missions and things like that. People who shouldn't exist. I should stop talking about it. But if there's gonna be any kind of like land war like that, it's not what it is anymore. It is going to be drones. It is going to be other more dangerous things that are going to take people out in big ways. That's I was getting into another conversation, but I can't because it has to do with the shit that's going on right now.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to get too political, but they're just the elements of that because, like, Kakashi, because Xenotype's big. The whole thing of Xenotype is the big global conspiracy. It's heroes versus globalists, right? Like, that's basically what it is. And so I've got elements of it there throughout this, and this was just meant to be like if you're sort of like you're an indie guy, you're more sort of like, you know, you don't have any special powers. Their powers come from what was done to them rather than any sort of accomplishment or their birth or anything like. And being turned into one of the Kakashi, one of the scarecrows, is seen as like a stigma. It's not like they're not, these guys aren't the heroes of their community that protect their town. They're like rat catchers. Even though they're essential for living, they're seen as dirty and they're looked down on by the society that, you know, they ultimately are charged with the protection of. So like they're a bit relatable, you know, kind of like, you know, Ghostbusters where it's like blue collar work. But and I wanted to have a little bit of that like RoboCop satire in there, just a little bit, you know.
Well, you gotta have that type of stuff. And like again with these characters, how like fun they are. It's basically you know, it's what they're gonna do like to the Ziz and the other bad guys. It's like this clip right here.
They arrest shit. What's this bullshit? I don't fucking care. It don't matter to Jesus. But you're not fooling me, man. You might fool the fucks in the league office, but you don't fool Jesus. Laughable, man. I would have fucked you in the ass Saturday. I'll fuck you in the ass next Wednesday instead. Woo! You got a day Wednesday, baby.
Dick Butkus. I can't believe he was bowling with the Jesus.
Right?
But yeah. I don't want to talk too much more. I like being fucking Bogart in the mic like bad, and I'm sorry.
Well, but hold on, Liam. I mean, we wanted you to kind of plug. Thank you for doing what I asked. I mean, I still back you anyway, but thank you for plugging it though for those that might not have known, my friend.
Yeah.
Scott,
no, thanks. And
no, I was saying, talk about a name where you gotta grow up really mean. Dick Buttkiss.
Gaylord Vanderbeek.
Just remember, nobody fucks with the Jesus.
Okay, guys. I'm going to pop off and let you guys get back to what you're doing. I'm sorry for being I'm sorry for Bogart on the mic.
Liam.
What?
It's
No,
been a
dude.
blast, brother.
Dude,
and thank
hold
you.
on.
And I can't wait to read the
Thank
book,
you.
dude. I really can't.
Liam.
And hey,
hold
look,
on.
when you guys are back.
Hang on for a sec. No, you were talking about your project, and then exactly like the world and the stuff that kind of inspired what was going on in there. It's much like what I did with City of Venus, except I went to the extreme of what would happen if the bad guys won. So, and you're going to see elements throughout the rest of the story. Like, I'm working on 2 right now, and you're going to see more backstory on the main character and the worlds. So it's
actually, there's something as well that I would like to point out. Like when I was developing Kakashi and everything, right? Like when I sort of first came up with the idea, like I was like, you know what? We all know that that Superman came from Kansas, right? Like we've seen farms and rural stuff as part of comics as a sort of reprieve, but as far as I know, we've never really seen many stories where that's the primary setting. So like I wanted to have like this like rural hidden communities and like everything be really sort of Mad Maxy and sort of like sealed off like as part of the sort of the setting, because I had never seen that on anything else before, really, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when there's an apocalypse, it's always like everyone's in the cities and they're like edgelon. I wanted to sort of like more Walking Dead-ish, sort of like they're trying to build up Alexandria. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to do with this.
No, and that's the cool thing about what we're doing with all of our projects, because again, that's why I can't wait for you guys to see what I'm going to be doing for City of Venus too, because it's surprises. So like the first issue, it's your standard comic book size, 32 pages front cover to back cover, but like I try to make sure that people are gonna learn with the main character this world. You get a little bit of the rules of kind of like what's going on, and then the next issue you'll get more of the backstory, but then you get more really big surprises and what else is going on in this world, you know. And that's the fun of it, because shit, there's so many things I want to say, but I can't because it's gonna spoil shit. But it's about that.
Yeah.
It's having these very.
I know that's what sucks. Hey, like you're there, you're navigating things around.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's so much fun in what we're doing and what we're creating. But yeah, to put in some real world shit that's going on, because it's throughout history, you know, it's like the Roman times, all that shit. Like you see how things fell apart or what was poisoning stuff, and then ultimately what had happened and how societies had to rebuild and turn into other things. Like you have these elements going on in a lot of this stuff. So whether it's post-apocalyptic, you know, you have these other more nefarious, powerful people who are doing the damage to the world. You know, it's fun to play in these realms, and it's cool too because like your project is so different from mine, but yet both have like a touch of like those similar themes, because that's what happens in history as well. So it's about having that fun with it and telling a proper story. So I mean, we got it here, so it's good, man. It's golden.
Yeah. And again, I tried to do everything a little bit paramilitary. I've got like in the back of the book, you'll see I've got like breakdowns on like all their weapons, their gear, how it works, what it does, like their vehicles, their modes of transport and stuff. Like I wanted to make this a real rich and lived in world. And I do that with all my projects. But like I took my notes and I converted it into art and I put it into the back of this book to something a little different, you know? Like, so hopefully you guys like that.
Sure, man. All right. Scott, hold on a second, Adam. Scotsman's got to be bouncing soon. He says he's got some stuff he's got to take care of. But dude, if you want to let the people know where they could find you or anything else, the
Everywhere
project you're
here,
working
Scotsman
on.
TV. Everywhere
Scotsman
there.
Hell yeah,
Mhm.
brother.
Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter. By the way, not financial advice, but Rumble is going to be going live to be traded Monday morning with the ticker symbol RUM. So it's currently at $12.89. So if you want to get in early, you can get in early. But yeah, thank you for having me on the stream. Just look for Scotsman TV. You're going to be seeing some stuff coming out of me. I'm going to be coloring some more stuff. I'm coloring stuff for Sim. Just finished inking a cover, and I'm going to be right back onto my own manga after that. So thanks for having me on.
Hell yeah, man.
And Scotsman always does a bunch of shit for me. So he's much loved by my company. I'm going to pop off too because I've got to go do those drawovers and I've got to get printing and stuff done. But much love. Thank you for having me, Vinny.
Man.
I hope you're doing well, Chris. It was really good to catch up and everything, Adam. Like, ETEP, Lasso, like, I can't say lasso because I'm a retard. I say lasso. So thank you for having me, guys. Sincerely, I'm gonna go feed my bub, do my stuff, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
A pleasure.
See you, brother.
Bye.
Take care, my man.
Both of you, man. I'd like to thank the creators, man. Vinny, you know this. I thanked you, Chris, ETEP. You guys all know. I love because to take that and give it to us, and I can't wait to see it, and be able to read it. Vinny, I know you know the insight, so I'm trusting you 100%. If you're lying to me, Vinny, I'm gonna sick Frank on you.
Yeah, dude. We've been friends for like forever. I don't lie. I am super genuine when it comes to all this stuff. And
no, you've been 110% honest, Vinny.
That's it, man. And I champion Yuko all the time. I think she's doing amazing work. I mean, from the 2 books she's working on right now, I mean that's insane what she's doing. From like more like the kid friendly stuff, and then what she's doing like with the manga stuff there with Kakashi. It's beautiful. So hell yeah, man. Excellent stuff there. And yeah, so remember, folks, the links have been out there. We have Felix and Parrot has been dropping them nonstop too, and and others. So yeah, thank you so much for all that. But yeah, like I said, we were bouncing back and forth with a few things. We hit the nonsense with Amazon and their failure, what they're doing with their shitty Rings of Power, and how now that's going to tank their live action She-Ra. That's out the window. We did a little bit of video game stuff, which we could jump back into. But the DC news, that was interesting. So Zaslav, it looks like this is was Thinking Critical had said this stuff too, and it looks like that Zaslav wants to start licensing out more of their characters and stuff to do other things with them. Yeah, DC, their money, they've just been losing.
Yeah, they're strip mining now.
Yeah.
They're selling themselves off. They're Sega right now.
Pretty much. It's hilarious. That's why like they want those other movies to come out. And they're crossing fingers on it, but in the meantime, they have to start to strategize differently because they have way too many books out there. There's going to be a bunch of people who are going to have to get laid off at some point soon because, again, the sales are piss poor and there's just money going out the window. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I got some breaking news.
What's that?
I got some breaking. I just bought the rights to Batwoman for $1.99. And then they actually threw in Batgirl and the entire Birds of Prey roster, plus Killer Croc, Yeah, they gave me $700 and a tank of gas.
And he have said no tanks.
Yeah.
Was it $700 or a full tank of gas?
Well, it was an Enron stock, so I was like, I feel like I'm getting taken advantage of.
When was the last time you got a dowry when you bought an IP?
I was asking, I was like, well, for Batgirl, is it Leslie Grace? I mean, is that, I don't want Supergirl. She still looks like Oliver Platt, but, I mean, I got spare time.
Dude, it's insane. I saw someone did some kind of trailer they put together, and they said it's a leaked Batgirl trailer for that movie that's not going to happen. And it looked pretty legit until certain parts of it. Oh my! I'll tell you one thing. She cannot act. I think that's all they had to look at. And Zaslav was like, yeah, we can't do anything with this because she cannot act. She's pretty.
Oh no,
It looks
Prometheus.
nice. Awful. But at the end of the trailer that they have, you see two guys dressed like old school kind of mafia with Tommy guns coming out of like a building that looked like it was on fire, and they go, "Hi, we're the Warner Brothers, and we're gonna make sure your movie will never be released. It's a tax write-off." And then she screams into the camera.
Oh my god!
It was incredible. I wish I could show up, but they would hit me in a heartbeat. But holy shit, that was funny. So yeah, I like when they have talented people out there. I told you, it looked legit. It looked pretty legit. And I was like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, that is hilarious shit. And you can tell it's like who was steering this this bus, because like they went right into the ocean. Well,
yeah, they got a shakedown from the Marxist police that invaded their or infiltrated their companies.
Yeah.
You better let me do my shit, or I'm going to accuse you of being racist, sexist, misogynist, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sad and fucked up. The whole thing is twisted.
Yeah, I've watched all creative industries are fucked now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not worth, like if you're not blue pilled and you're not drinking that Kool-Aid, don't go in there. It'll destroy your soul. There's you can't do the unrealistic girlfriend approach where you're like, I can change him. No, you can't.
Right.
That industry's destroyed. They're all destroyed.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I watch really talented people, friends of mine, and some of them aren't friends. Some of the people I freaking hate, but I respect them. I respect their ability to do what they've done. And I'm just watching them being just treated like shit. Laid off, working like 90+ hour work weeks, crunch time. Dude, those are them. That's ridiculous.
I have a friend who's working in a studio that's, I guess, like the studio is doing the work for a Disney cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
They are a mess. We were talking and like she was almost having like a breakdown too from the stress that she was going through because of these people. Because the previous project she worked on, like the team leaders were good. They knew what they were doing. The project wasn't all that great. This one, they have no idea what they're doing. And she had to have a confrontation with some of the bosses about this stuff. And one of the guys goes, yeah, I wish I had a strategy too. It's been 10 years and we're like lost over here. Like, excuse me?
Yeah, you're the one steering the ship. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like there's a lot of people in the previous project she worked on who they went to I think Sony. They went to somewhere else, and I said, "Well, do you have an in with them?" She goes, "Yeah, I probably still do at this point." She goes, "But I think I'm going to have to because this is not worth it. Because whatever work she's doing at the end of the week, they go, oh no, we're going to change everything. So then she's got to go back and change all the lighting, the composition.
Oh yeah,
it's like." What the fuck? So she goes, I just the week worth of work that I did, it's all useless now. I'm going back to. It's insane.
That was a story of my life for freaking 10 years in the video game industry. It was like, don't get attached to it. Don't give a shit about anything you're working on because it's going to get thrown out on the whim of some retard that doesn't even show up to he's the CEO or whatever who doesn't freaking show up, and then the design of the week changes. Oh, we're no longer making a shooter. We're now making a fighting game, but dude, all that work. I've watched environmental artists like have nervous breakdowns. I've seen adult men crying like children. They don't care. They don't
that was just ETEP when they shut down Batgirl.
You shut your whore mouth. You shut your whore mouth. They've taken everything. I feel like Wanda, you've taken everything from me. Zaslav looks at me, he's like, I don't even know who you are.
We're not okay.
All I said was whore mouth.
Just because we haven't done it in a while.
Friggin' frog's gay.
That's like an echo.
Yeah, I heard that.
That was me because I went to click, the dog started barking, and when I went to mute it, it muted for the thing, and then I didn't catch it right away. I was, oh shit, I'm unmuted.
It's what you call perfect timing.
Yeah.
Oh, 343 Studios. Nuke had mentioned that. Good God, I had some former coworkers that work over there, and I had a recruiter like a few years back when because I'm getting dumped around by all these studios, and like every year or every few years you're looking for a new job. This recruiter's like, "Hey, I noticed that some of your former coworkers work over at 343. Would you?" I'm like, "No, no, I don't care if you think I'm a shit employee or if you think I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not working for your shit company. You're gonna freaking chew me up and shit me out just like every other one of those." And the coworkers there, like, and like I see these coworkers, and I guarantee you, in like the next, I don't know if I still see them on LinkedIn in the next like couple of years, I'd say probably in the next year, they'll be like open for new opportunities.
Oh yeah, that'll happen. But Tommy, dude, have a great night, brother. The phone's dying. Yeah, make sure tomorrow you give CenturyLink even more help. Make sure
give her help.
back. Those people are they're animals, man. He told me some of the other shit that they had done. I'm like, oh, they did that on purpose. Send them to his old address that he hasn't been to like in freaking 6 or 7 years. It's like, are you shitting me? Holy crap. Nope. After everything they've been dealing with back and forth, and when they do it on purpose. But keep giving them hell and get your shit working, bro. Because we want Tommy back full time over here because it's always a blast on his channel and just talking about the toys and everything else that we fucking love. So yeah, man. Insane.
Sony.
I miss Tommy and Toy Talk, man. I mean, that was the one day either be on or like and we all love you, Tommy, and we respect it. But it's like I don't even want to start a show on Monday because I'm hoping that he'll be able to, come back. And I know you filled in a couple times, Vinny, which thank you for doing that. But yeah, we miss Tommy. So damn it, CenturyLink. What do we got to do? I'll come up and start, painting stuff in front of your building and tell you that you suck to get you to fix Tommy and the guinea pig stuff?
No, you just go up, Adam. You know how it works in America. You just call them racist and go have a peaceful protest and liberate goods from Target and CVS.
Well, he told me something else, but I'm not going to repeat it on air, which was even more fucking funny, and they should have brick. So fingers crossed that worked. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's crazy, man.
The Harvey Wakulian lawyers are on it.
But Nuke, I don't know, because like every company, you're gonna have similar problems, especially now anyway. And we know that Sony's been hitting it hard too with a lot of different shit.
Oh, dude, Sony is effed.
Yeah,
they're effed.
There's problems all over the place. So it depends, like what project you're working on, what that team is like. And if they had already poisoned it completely or not.
Oh, yeah.
There's still small sections here and there that haven't been completely corrupted yet. And that's why you're still seeing some good work coming out here and there, depending on where it is. But yeah, it's like a needle in a haystack finding the right company, if you want to do some work for them.
I had a friend former coworker who works at Naughty Dog. Yeah. Or actually, he worked for a studio that worked for Naughty Dog. It's weird like that. The industry does these little weird things. And this guy is insanely talented. He was an environmental artist on there, and he's showing off some of the environmental art. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then I realized it was all attached to Last of Us 2. And I was like, oh, that's poor dude.
Oh, shit.
It's got this amazing art. And like they have this thing that they should make an industry standard, like sell like an SDK, which is their accessibility. And all this got overshadowed. Like The Last of Us 2 has this amazing like suite of accessibility features. Color blindness, deafness, like all these cool things that would be a really cool layer, like that you could buy as like additional like shit. No, I can't remember what the term is, but basically like an extra engine or an extra layer that you could buy for software, kind of like the Gmod for sound or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And you just sell it out to other studios, and that they could utilize those accessibility features. Yeah. And it would be awesome, but it all got overshadowed because everybody cares more about She-Man, freaking Abigail or whatever the freaking name. No.
Yeah.
And the fudge packing scene and like all that stuff. And it was like, dude, like you harmed these amazingly talented engineers and artists who are going to be forever attached to, oh, you're the guy that worked on that game with the mannish chick and the golf club, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100% right. I didn't play the sequel because when I heard all the shit that they were doing, I think I saw what's his name, the drinker. I saw part of what he had said about the game. I'm like, holy shit, wow, this sounds like a nightmare of a game. And well, again, destroying the main character, making him the villain now, and all that other bullshit, and taking him out like they did. Everything about that alone pissed me off, and then all the other dumb shit that they peppered throughout that game. I'm like, yeah, it is a waste. It's a gorgeous game that I'll probably never play because of all the shit that they did.
Because of
You're
Druckmann.
right. Yep, all those creative people, all those talented people. Like, you're right, they are hurt, incredibly hurt from all that nonsense. But real quick too, I'm not creative. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Tommy's internet has been shit. His provider has been screwing him over. That's why he hasn't been able to do live streams. But once he gets it sorted out, he'll be back doing them. In the meantime, he's been doing the shorts because it's helping his channel, and he's still been getting more subscribers because of those. So that's a good thing. But and he's had enough of his phone working where he's popped up on a couple of times on my channel throughout all this nonsense. So yeah, we're just fingers crossed that he gets it all sorted out, because yeah, we want him doing his live streams again, and we all want to have fun over there as well. So because that's it, we keep sharing the love, we keep bouncing back and forth because it's a good thing, and we're all helping each other out. So yeah, but yeah, the gaming industry, it's tied into the movie shit and into television, all the special effects people, like,
oh yeah,
all these talented people, like, yeah, they are overworked. The projects they're doing now too are pure shit. Could you imagine the person who's got to sit there going, I got to do what? I have to animate She-Hulk twerking? What?
Yeah, not only that, but they get laid off because the studio collapses, financially, because nobody watches that shit. And then they have to go and look for a new job. Okay. And the first thing that's going to happen is going to be like, hey, here's my portfolio. They see Twerk and Fiona there, and they get this asshole who's at the recruitment, because they go through multiple stages of interviews, and they get to the stage, and you get one wise ass CEO or whatever that goes, oh, I heard She-Hulk had shitty CG, and you worked on that CG. Why should we hire you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and dude, I wish I was as vindictive of a prick as like my dad, because like I had this one interview, okay, for a game development studio, where I'm on the phone and I'm going through this interview, and this guy goes, okay, so I look at your games, all the games you work on, and yeah, they don't have anything higher than like a 65 Metacritic score. That's real bad. What kind of assurances can you give us that you actually can make a good game? And like, I was like gobsmacked. I was like, holy shit. Like, okay, I gave him the nice diplomatic answer of like, well, it's a team exercise. No one person can assume credit for the entire thing. And I felt like I contributed, the best I could to it. And, again, it's a reflection of multiple people's work. So I'm hoping that at least if it was a bad product, at least my contribution shown as something good in it, because not everything is truly good or truly bad. Mm-hmm. And I came downstairs after that interview, and I was just like trauma, like, holy shit, And my dad's there, and he's like, well, what's the problem? Well, you look like a bomb just went off. And I'm like, oh, Dad, it was a terrible interview. Oh, I guess you didn't get that job, huh? I'm like, no, I didn't get the job, Dad. And he goes, well, what did he say? I'm like, so I reiterated what he said. And he goes, well, I would have said every game studio I worked on, I worked for a bunch of fucking idiots. What's your assurances that you're not a fucking idiot too?
Yeah, he went alpha. See, that's a smart way of doing it. And it's basically it's like Billy, that whole conversation I always play here.
Remember what I told you.
Don't be a cunt.
Yeah, but that's how they treat everybody, not just me. I mean, I've seen people a hell of a lot more talented, a hell of a lot more competent, whatever, better than me, getting the same shit, and it's like, dude, nobody deserves that. Not even the idiots, And if I could be classified in that idiot category, I still don't think that I should have deserved that. And I see it all the time. And when I see the Marvel shit with these terrible CGI, that's not the fault of the CGI artist. That's the fault of the director.
Oh, obviously, these people who make these fucking piss poor decisions and they steer it into the ground. To see this, man, Nuke, I hope you're wrong. But
we got black ass Guardians.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I know you're going to be right, though. Because that's the thing. At the end of that game, too, as much as I fucking loved it, I don't like that they, spoiler alert, who Atreus actually is. I was upset with that because you just fucked everything up.
Yeah, you rewrote the mythology.
Yeah.
And then,
I know they did that a little bit in the other games as well, where I'm like, why the fuck? Like,
well, not only that, but like, it's not that I have anything against black people being in different, mythologies or whatever, because like the characters are white, okay, but for me, Christopher Judge is Kratos, who is a black dude playing a Spartan Greek who's white, or Mediterranean. And it's the same thing with Phil Lamar there, who plays Samurai Jack, who's a Japanese guy, but Phil Lamar's black, and it's like, I have not, like, those guys are amazing voice actors. It works. But when you make like a Norse god, like Valkyrie or the Valkyries, or whatever, and it's like suddenly like some Africanized myth, and it's like, that's not how, but the world was more diverse. Read a history book. No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, earlier too. What was I think it was Spike 220. He had mentioned that movie with Viola Davis and all that. And,
they rewrote history.
Yeah, they rewrote history completely. It's their tribe was selling off their own people.
Dude, okay. So the Dahomey, those Amazon, they're not even real Amazons because they're not. Well, let's not split hairs here over a bunch of arm. Yeah, that's what dude, I got somebody commented on my video. It's pretty racist, not gonna lie. I'm like, what was racist about it? I told the truth. I'm like, you can't. And same thing on Facebook. And I've been going at it with these motherfuckers for days over this. It's like, you're glorifying one of the most notoriously, not only slave traders, but the people that they would take and they weren't going to use as slaves, they would offer them up as human sacrifices, up to like, what was like 1,000 or 2 a year sometimes. I mean, and they did. It's funny too because they got guns. They did trade for guns, but they were shooting from the hip. And I think I know how we learned the evolution of the turning the gun sideways and shooting it. But that's neither here nor there nor anywhere. I'm not a scientist, but I really did. I looked into this, and they're like, the British were like slapping them and telling them to like stop trading slaves, and they're like, no, and they just kept doing it, and it's like, wait, what? And this general, that Viola Davis plays is a made up character, and if you so happen to call out any of this nonsense and say, and it's funny too because like Boycott the Woman King was trending, and it was basically it was trending on behalf of like Black Twitter because they're like, people were like, no, this is bullshit. So you've got black people arguing with each other over a movie that glorifies slavery.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Social engineering at its finest, folks. Yep. And it's a sad commentary when this is the thing that they're trying to build up as some, and they're like, so the big argument now is, was Braveheart 100% accurate? Was, Saving Private Ryan? Right. I'm like, oh God. Wait, wasn't there a black guy in Braveheart? There was. One of Mel Gibson's one of his inner circle, they had the first crew of guys he had before everybody got fucking killed was I think he was a black guy, wasn't he?
So even if it wasn't accurate, it was somewhere in the ballpark of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
rewriting it completely, like they did with the history books. They were trying to get rid of the whole Holocaust in the fucking history books in school.
Yeah.
They're redefining words left and right. I mean, this is why it's important to have a physical dictionary now, because half these words are being redefined. Apparently, racism is now being highly critical of somebody.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
and vaccines aren't inoculations anymore either.
Right, right. Well, I mean, the N-word that everybody, some people can say and others can't. I mean, it is what it is. But back in the day, it definitely did not have race tied to it in the Webster's dictionary.
Wait,
it was
what?
An ignorant person.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've never used the word, but
right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying though, in a dictionary, when you read a word, and again, we're not saying words or anything. There's nothing that we're saying. Fed Susan,
people
but again,
who annoy you.
Yeah. These damn nagging people, I tell you, they nag.
What the hell are you talking about? Don't make Cookie Puss come out here. Look, hey.
There's a word, if I do say it, they will hit me for it, and it has nothing to do with any of it. It is so aggravating. It really is. It's freedom of speech has gone out the window completely.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing makes sense anymore. Up is down, left is right. Cats and dogs are. What's the whole speech that Bill Murray has in Ghostbusters?
Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, dude. It's fucking insane what they're doing. And again, I was talking to a couple of friends who are in Europe, and they had no idea, not a fucking peep, of the Hunter Biden laptop situation.
Oh yeah,
they
2.7,
and that shows you right there. BBC, all those fucking things, all this stuff. They are feeding people the bullshit they want them to eat.
Yep.
It's more fucking proof of it. There's shit all over the place where we don't know what's going on in certain things over there, and vice versa, because they want the world to be in the dark. Even though there's technology, you could talk to a fucking person around the world. We just did. Liam was just here. He's on the other side of the world, literally. And you can find out what's going on. They're trying to hide everything, and that's why they're trying to, again, they want to get into the phones. They want your private messages everywhere. They want to shut everything down. They don't want people to communicate, because the more people know, the more that they can fight back, and they don't want that to happen.
Well, they also want us like fat, stupid, you name it. I mean, they're poisoning us with. I mean, if the latest Timcast there, guy was talking about like, and I mean, I always rave about it. The whole high fructose corn syrup, like that's just pretty much illegal outside of the United States.
Oh yeah,
you know,
it is.
I had an ex-girlfriend from Germany, and she's like, even your bread, what is this Wonder Bread? Like, even your bread has sugar in it. This is disgusting. It's like dessert. And I'm like, I never really thought of that, you know, and then everything has sweetener in it.
Yeah, it's close to cake, white bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they put Splenda in the pizza crust at Pizza Hut.
They put, again, the stuff that cushions yoga mats is the same cushiony stuff in a Pizza Hut crust. And Subway.
Yeah.
Subway bread, yeah.
Yeah, you're eating you're eating carpet foam. I mean,
they put there's something similar to it. They put in rocket fuel that they put in all the candies. So if you
glyphosate
with PGRD or something, it's just get.
I love yoga mats. I make tacos out of them.
Shit.
They're so delicious. I really man, and I cook everything.
Look at his chin compared to the guy behind him, sitting there with the sunglasses hanging from his shirt.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I don't have a chin.
He's got that little Peter Griffin thing going.
I had one, but
it's a goiter.
It's a goiter.
Yeah, it looks like a football gun.
I had this conversation with George. I said, George, I don't know what's going on. Your goiter is directing the picture. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about, Harrison. I don't have a goiter. I have billions of dollars. And I said, not until Disney buys it. That's what happened.
You think
Who let that fat man with no neck in here with a goatee right under his upper lip get on bad?
Oh,
huh?
Taste the anti-Semitism, Carvel.
Most time I tell him to taste the rainbow, now you can taste this bad.
Get the fuck out of my house.
You know, I'm gonna ask that for my birthday. What? I'm gonna get Cookie Puss as a cake. See if it still exists.
Well, I don't know if that. I was
just take a knee.
For my birthday, I had a Carvel cake.
Uh-huh.
It was so fucking delicious. It got me so sick by the time I was done eating it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I had leftovers and I ate it again because it was that fucking good.
It's like, oh, I feel so bad. Your stomach's making blah, 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 blah. You know, you're like, oh, and you're like on the toilet exploding. You're like, oh,
I was exactly like, I went, now I know exactly how E-Tub feels every time he watched Batgirl.
The metaphor is explosive diarrhea.
Again.
Normally I can translate fat, but I got lost on that one. I think it was a dialect. That might have been a Jersey dialect.
The Eastern Shore.
Yeah. Holy shit.
God damn, man.
Oh my god. It's fucking crazy. This whole world is insane. But hey, you know what's not? Chris isn't. Chris is a great dude, and he's got a great project. So I think we're going to start doing some wrap-ups here. But I want to show his awesome project. If you guys have not seen it, it's available on Amazon right now. Yeah, brother, I'm trying to find the link. As I do, go ahead. Let the people know about this one, because it's a beauty.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm sure everybody's pretty much been hearing about this again and again.
Well, they can hear about it some more, because it's fucking excellent, and there's a sequel coming.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're Infinito Chronicles War of the Trees Book 1 was successfully crowdfunded, and we ended up moving it over to Amazon so that people outside of the United States could get their hands on it. And it's got this lovely new cover. So I was surprised actually by the print quality. We actually got it perfect bound. It's got a nice hard, or I should say it's a nice glossy cover, thicker cardstock, and then the pages are semi-gloss. So that's always nice. That's pretty much matches the crowdfunded version.
That's what I love, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got this nice thank you page here that's dedicated to everybody that backed the book. So super appreciate that. And now they're all part of the Infinito Chronicles stories. Yeah, and in addition to that, the second book that we're working on, holy crap, man, it's going to be much bigger. I'm hoping to at least kick it off by the end of this year. I mean, it's big. This first book here was 50 pages full color. Actually, I think it was closer to 52, but regardless, it's full color. We didn't want to skimp on anything. Book 2 is, just looking at it, we've got a 5-part or 5-act structure in it, and it's I think they're finishing up Act 1. Yeah, I have 2 teams working on it, and we're now into kind of Act 2, which is a little larger in page count. And by the end of it, it's looking pretty damn big. Like, we're talking much larger than 50. I don't know the exact number, but it's probably closer to like 70 or 80.
Nice. See, bigger is always better. I mean, they all love it. That's why I tell the ladies, it's 2 hands. There's a lot of meat. So get ready for good old Hans cock.
Well, yeah, but yeah, the story for this though is it's weird because it was written 30 years ago. I did this as a teenager, and I did a lot of research on Welsh and Celtic mythology, a little Norse in there, a little Scandinavian stuff.
You're a fucking nerd, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's not bad for a fat dyslexic dumbass that used the library before the internet. That just wanted to.
Do you remember that? I had a library card everywhere I went.
Dewey Decimal System, baby.
Dude, I was probably living in there at one point too. Because it's the same thing. It's once you start to do some of the research, once you start to learn how to do that stuff, because in school they teach and they show you some of it, and you go yourself, and then it was like there was no internet. So we were learning these things on our own and learning about, like you said, these different histories, these different worlds, and all this stuff that we didn't know anything about, and how you incorporate it into what you were doing. That's fucking great.
Yeah. So when I wrote the story, it was an interactive adventure essentially. I kind of cheated. Instead of just telling the story, directing it solely from my own singular vision, I actually had a bunch of players, because it was a tabletop role-playing game that I was developing, act out these characters. Like Ashlyn was actually played by a person, and wow, look at that! A male nerd actually has a female perspective here because that was actually played by a female player. I'm not gonna George Lucas it and try that garbage. You're like sand. You're not like sand. You're soft. Like that. Come on, man. Like if the only girls you talk to are the ones that you have a credit card that you have to enter before you talk to them. You're not going to be like
Chris,
Casanova.
Chris, you make a book about space wizards and laser swords, and then you get so rich that your goiter it expands, and then you do a mating call. So when you open your mouth, you go, "Look, I have all this money," and then you have a black wife.
Oh damn!
You're not like Gash. You're soft.
Yeah. I don't know. A hard gash, man. That's
You don't want to mess with a hard gash. They're sharp edges. Things can get cut.
Oh, we're talking like purple pop rocks, like.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to encounter a cavernous opening such as that, much like Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Why do you think my eyes look like this? You haven't seen the things I've seen.
I have. And that breath, when she opened her mouth, my eyes did the same thing. Disgusting shit breath. Like shit ideas. Awful. Star Wars is dead. Long live me. No, I'm going to die soon too. Have you seen the trailer yet for the new Indiana Jones film? Awful. Remember, boycott it and just give your money directly to me. I'm going to set up a P.O. Box, Hans Cock, and you can send all your money right to me. Not to George Lucas, not to any of these people, not to Disney. They're not worth it. I'm worth it, though. I give you the news. And Gash. Oh, no, wrong guy.
Well, yeah, one of the things I just wanted to add was, Gash aside, was that what I was trying to say about the story stuff was, even though it was written 30 years ago, it was really interesting to see people's takes on it, with a modern lens. And, they were actually like, wow, there's a lot of shit that's happening today that you kind of have like a metaphor for in these stories. And it's like, that wasn't intentional. And I'm really happy that the story is timeless enough so that it's not super topical. It's not like bad 90s or rap music where, after a while they start mentioning people's names. You're like, I have no idea who the hell that is. Like, there's an actual story here, and it if the fairy elf shit scares you off, and you're like, dude, this is so dumb. I don't like freaking Dungeons and Dragons crap. There's like a good story underneath. The fantasy is just a wrapper over the story.
There is, and I didn't get that for a second. I'll be honest, I did not get that for a second. I never played Dungeons and Dragons, any of that stuff. But reading your book, like going through it, like it had elements that I really did. I liked, I told you, like, I was only going to just skim through it real quick. And then when I have more time, I'll read through it. When I started reading it, I just went from cover to cover because I was pulled into the entire thing. I love what you had here. The storytelling there's a lot of kind of things that I was doing like in my projects as well. The type of storytelling is similar in a certain vein, but obviously completely different genre, completely different everything. But it works. The way that you did your structure is fucking brilliant. You know what you're doing. You know how to tell a story. You know how to make people care about these characters. And again, like Adam said too, we're hungry. We want the next one already in our hands. So
one more page. I've got people begging me. Tell them to give you one more page. One more page. I mean, like, you might say the things you say, but I really enjoyed it. Like, yes, it did remind me of D&D, but not, because of Chris, there's a story there. And we're already talking about what you're going to do without having a fucking idea what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, we've only got the first book, the sample, if you will. And that's the thing, man. Yeah, we are hungry, but we're even more hungry for good writing and entertainment.
Nice.
And that's what this is.
Well, I mean, there's subtle allusions to things like racism, things like authoritarianism. There's even, again, written from a teenager's perspective, it's that fear of, leaving your comfort for autonomy. The idea that you're no longer under your parents' roof, but you're out in the big scary world. But that's you're better for doing that. But
you see what you did in there too. It was naturally done the way you did it because Adam, don't feel bad. He told me more what's going to happen and what's going on.
Yeah. And I told you I love you, Vinny. And if you ever told me I'd never be your friend again, exactly, in respect. But again, I can't wait. And I told Chris, I don't want to know because part of being the super fan is doing what I do, right? Promoting and helping and everything. But when I can tell you guys that I read this story and maintained it in my brain and I still can remember it without having to go back and read it, it's saying a lot because
Yeah,
I read
because
stuff
it
all the time.
resonated with you. The characters,
Yes.
the story resonated with you. But see, that's the thing too. What Chris did, and again, he said, yeah, there's touches of stuff like that because he did it in a natural way. It wasn't a forced thing. It wasn't something that just kind of, yeah, you gotta accept this. No, and same thing too.
I'm not
like
preaching.
Exactly, you're not preaching at all. Same thing like with the pirate book that I did. And what I'm gonna have in there, I'm dealing with shit that actually happened in history. The slave trade was a major part of what was going on with piracy and all that stuff. So like I'm not leaving that out. I'm not going to shoehorn anything either. And again, in history, certain characters and shit, like they became bigger names. They did their own thing, you know? So you're going to see these elements throughout the book, but it's going to be in a normal, natural way. Nothing's going to be preachy. Nothing's going to be force fed. And you're going to either like some of these characters, or you're going to hate some of these characters, but it doesn't matter what they are, what color they are. These people, I don't know what crack they're smoking throughout everything that's going on, but we're not doing that stuff. We're telling you the proper stories in a good fucking way. So if you want to be entertained, jump on these books. You know, don't sleep on them, jump on them because they are incredible. The links are in the description. Adega Outlaw, his books are also in the description. Amazing writer. He's got a series of stuff out there right now too. Yeah, jump on all of it because it is great. You know, I talked a little bit about Shadow of the Kraken. I'll just show it real quick as well. If you guys were unfamiliar with it, if you're new to the channel, again, this is the newest project I have. This is the pirate story, 52 pages. It's just incredible. I had so many amazing reviews on this as well. So again, yeah, here's a writer and an artist. You could do both. It's possible, and to have a really fucking fantastic story. And then where this is going to go is going to be really epic too. Again, I set it in again more of a realistic environment in that world and history, and then I have the supernatural elements. I have things that are different in the story, that are the comic book elements that are going to pull you in even more. And again, every freaking page is painted like a cover. You know, I did not skimp on anything. This is just blood, sweat, and tears went into this project. All my projects, you know, it's nonstop work. I have not stopped for a fucking second. Probably why I'm in pain right now too. But hey, we muscle through it because we want to get good stories and good books in your hands. You know, we want to make sure that this is going to be something that's going to keep lasting. Books that you're gonna read to your family, you're gonna give to your friends, you're gonna tell them about it too. That's what this is about. We want to be the new people telling stories, the new entertainment. It's out there, it's here, it's in the indie sphere. So jump on all this great stuff, and I have links to the other projects. Jump on those. You're gonna be happy you did. City of Venus 2 is coming before you know it. So it's a ton of work, but it's a bigger book as well. It's going to be 52 pages, and I'm going to give you more of that world, more surprises. And again, shit, I really want to say it, but I can't. It sucks. But when I get closer to it, like I said, then we'll launch a campaign and everything. But right now, I want to make sure I get as much done as possible because I don't want people waiting a very long time when the campaign's live. And you know, I don't want to be in that position. I hate when people do that. They make you wait years and years and years after taking your money. No, that's kind of scummy. So just I'm going to get everything done in your hands. 3 active campaigns right now. These books ship immediately. So jump on it. Don't sleep on it. And you're going to be happy that you got these books. Trust me, you will. So that's it. The only thing I skimp on is the women's clothing. That's right. City of Venus. You'll see why as well. It plays into the story and all that great stuff. So yes, thank you everybody for all that great stuff. And oh shit, did Lasso drop out?
Oh no.
I think she did. Damn it. I was just about to get to her as well. But she has a
wait, hang on. Are all the women and all the foreigners gone?
Yeah. Sorry, guy.
Damn it. Great. Yes, made ETEP's night. You racist bigot. But hold on, I'm gonna grab her channel. So if you guys haven't subscribed,
yeah, she got that video out, man.
Yep.
Right. She does have one out there now. So let me put it out there. So here is Lasso's YouTube channel. Go subscribe. She's doing figure reviews. We're going to be talking about horror. And it's going to be horror. Here it is. So bam,
Not
here's her
Nazi.
channel. Jump on it. She's an awesome person. And yeah, she's doing some great stuff out there now. Yeah, so she literally just started the channel. So go subscribe to her. You're gonna be happy you did. She's a good person. She's great people. Yeah. So do it up.
Great friend of the channel here and to each and every one of us. So yeah.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. She's given so much support for everybody here. She's backed the books. She's been there standing with us against horrible, nasty people who spread lies and bullshit. So yeah. Over here we deal with good people, genuine people. And yeah, we're gonna keep doing the best that we could. Also, we got Tony. You still around?
Yeah, I'm here.
We got the Clown World Review in the house.
Yeah, come check out the Clown World Review. I'm 1 away from 280 subscribers, which means I need like 4 people to sub for when I lose 3 people.
Yeah,
once
they
I
do that
hit.
game with us.
Yeah. Like, I'd be at 600 right now if it weren't for all the lost subscribers. Just so weird how that works. So, yeah, come check out the Clown World Review. I've been kind of taking a hiatus, so I'm not sure if we're going to do the Tuesday night show yet. But usually every Tuesday, 8:05 p.m. Eastern, is the Monday Night War retrospective. We go through the greatest time to be a fan of professional wrestling. So, make sure to come hang out with us. Check that out if it's not your style. We've got Liars at 8:05 p.m. every Friday, where you talk about political and social topics, the big news of the week, that kind of thing. It's always fun. The chat's always such a big part of it. So come talk with us. Come talk about usually Joe Biden or just something along those lines. So good times.
Hey,
I'm also working on a second channel. It's more of a channel geared towards video games. So, working on a big project right now. It'll probably still be a few weeks before I get my first project up over there, but I'm working on it every day. So, when that's all ready, I'll drop the name, drop the link, and everything. So if you guys would go subscribe over there as well, and it's more of an upbeat over there. Talk about stuff that I really have a passion for. Like we just barely touched the iceberg tonight, talking about Resident Evil and stuff. So I want to talk about that stuff a lot more. So
dude, me too. So yeah, dude, I'm always down. Like I said, we're peppering more of this stuff in anyway. Because there's shit that we love, and I want to get back into more of that stuff because it's the shit that inspired me in a lot of different ways too. Games, movies, and certain things that, again, we could go back. We could talk about the shit that we really love. A lot of people are they keep beating the dead horse, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, I want to geek out. I want to talk about the still positives that we have and that we need to remember that we have, and yeah, and Nuke dropped some great news tonight. I'm really happy because, again, I am not into first-person shooters. I haven't played many great franchises because I'm not into first-persons. So I love Resident Evil so much that I was willing to play through the last 2 games, but even then, sometimes I'd sit down to play it after I had been playing it for weeks, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a first person, So I'm really happy they're putting in the third person. It gives me another reason to play through it again.
Yeah.
I did. I liked Resident Evil Village. I think it was a nice return. Now, again, Ethan isn't my favorite character, but it was a nice return to form for the franchise because... for me, I know you guys liked 5, but I remember playing through 5, and it wasn't horrible, but I was like, man, that was an action game, that wasn't, wasn't so much,
because 4 and 5, like they started getting more into it, and then 6 they went really over the top. But dude, no, I agree with you. There's shit I absolutely loved about those games. But yeah, you're right. Certain things like they started getting away from the element that made it what it was supposed to be. You know. But again, I'm looking forward to Village. I I wasn't gonna go anywhere near it. I looked at a lot of footage here and there of it. I'm like, all right, there is some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, being able to play out in there now, finally, yeah, they got me. I'll get that, and I'm super excited for the remake of 4. And it's not something that I really, because I know PS5, like I'm not getting it. I'm not going to another console. It's too much money. All this shit. It's just they hurt everything. But I still have 4. I love the PS4. I do all my streaming and shit, or the streaming services through there. It's easier for me to do that stuff. But yeah, first person can't do it. Don't want to do it. Third person is where it's at for me. I want to see the characters. I want to be able to, do all that cool shit. But yeah, we're gonna have more of those conversations anyway. Go subscribe to Tony's channel, both of them, and yeah, it's gonna be a fucking blast, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Love you guys on the panel. And yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Much love, brother. And yeah, we have he's still going as Cookie Puss, but we have
I still have the Cookie Puss signal. Hey, yeah, it's me, ETAP. Yeah, right over here. There. ETAP the I don't know. There we go. I'm having trouble here, guys. There.
That's right. My brain's been
there.
shutting
There
down,
it is. Yeah, it's I gotta get up in like 5 hours with the Rugrat. But yeah, hey,
shit.
it's fine. It's fine. I put out I think 11 videos last week in live streams. She-Hulk episode 5 review. I suffer for your sins. That's up right now. I honestly enjoyed that. That one, I had fun putting that together, and especially I redid the Melrose Place intro to that. And I've also got a fun video coming out tomorrow at 10. CBR, of course, took some issues. Myra, the author, took some, I'm pronouncing it like Galadriel, had some issues with She-Hulk and her being sexy. So we have 10 things that are problematic with She-Hulk, and I kind of go through this list and have some fun with it. Of course, I don't take it seriously. It's CBR.
Was
the trailer,
someone tearing their asshole open?
Yeah, it was Titania copywriting She-Hulk's name. When She-Hulk is a lawyer and she didn't know she should copyright her name. But then she's like, what about Doctor Strange and Thorsies? And they're like, that's their real names. And she's like, oh my God, I'm a fucking retard. But yeah, so I have some fun. I have some fun ripping the show apart. And yeah, I did a video on the Kiki Palmer thing, which is actually, that one's doing pretty good right now. I got called a racist on that one, so I'm happy. I've done my job. Well, if you just watch the beginning of the video, I think you figure out. I don't know. It's just Kiki Palmer's face on Rogue, and it's that song with Drake, like Kiki, are you right? That bullshit. It's like I got her face on Rogue while she's taking Captain Marvel's powers. I don't know, and then Drake's playing.
All you gotta do is what I did. Just eat a Carvel cake.
Yeah, I want one now.
Change the anti-Semitism.
Hey, you want the taste of that, don't you? Don't even say it. You son of, never mind.
But no,
you know
so
what go good with that? A good glass of
not okay. Dave, I didn't even say it, man.
We'll be live tomorrow night, me and the rest of the Horsemen, at 8:35, 7:35 member stream. Memberships are $2.99 and $4.99 a month. I'm almost ready with the first Harvey Wakuian request for a review, which is Heels. I'm working my way through that. It's good so far. I like it. I'm not giving anything away on how I think about it, though. But yeah, I got like a bunch more videos playing this week. I'm fried. But yeah, we got the all 5 live streams this week. 2 member streams Monday and Wednesday, and the regular shows. Monday 8:35, Wednesday 9:05, Saturday 9:05. And maybe if you guys are lucky, an afternoon stream, and just a bunch of videos this week. And I'm working on some just members exclusive videos, just some fun little news things and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I got. Thank you guys, love y'all. This panel is of course wonderful and talented, and this chat is fucking amazing.
Dude, thank you for being here as well. I know, like you said, it's late for you. I didn't even realize all that stuff too. But hey, man, yeah, we're gonna have fun tomorrow night. So get over there. Go subscribe to his channel. Blue said, yeah, he goes talk faster because he goes, you gotta go listen to Last of Superman video. I think he's gonna hit up some Clown World review videos, which is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. Blue, he's always giving great support out there for everyone as well. Another an awesome individual. And yeah, you're gonna love Tony's videos as well because he's very intelligent in how he approaches a lot of those conversations and those topics in there. And yeah, and fucking super witty. That's why I love them. Great people all around. So get over there, do all that great stuff. I'm not creative 22. Yeah, when you're more fleshed out and you are, really pushing your book more, yeah, contact me. I'll let you know what my prices are and all that stuff. But hell yeah. Super fan, Adam Shawhan. Let the good folks know where they can find you.
So you can find me with all these fine, wonderful gentlemen and lady. Every Wednesday and Friday I stream on my channel. Wednesdays has been 4:20 Eastern Standard Time, and Friday is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Thursday I am on This Week in Bullshit with Justin Proper, and then after that I'm generally in the chat of World Class Bullshitters. And then of course, plugging my way through, just had an awesome stream with Pacific Prior. I was on here, and I think it's 424. I met him because of Tommy, so thank you, Tommy, the Guinea Pig Collective. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met him, and I was able to then, of course, discuss a lot of comics and video games and a lot of fun, but also talk about you guys, as you guys already know. But I do this all the time because I believe in what everybody here is doing. Every one of you creators, whether it's a video on YouTube or a comic book, you're creating content that we all need and we deserve and we appreciate. So thank you for stepping out and taking a chance and doing your craft. We appreciate it. We will, if you build it, we will buy it. And if it is done right and proper, we will buy it for life, baby. NWO all the way, always. Sorry, but Savage is still better than Hogan.
So, you know it, man. You know it, dude.
But yeah, I love everybody. I love, I love the fact you called me the hype man. That was great. Thank you, Vinny. But I do it because I believe in it. I do. I believe in you guys as artists. Yeah. I appreciate the friendships. I love the new ones that I'm making. I am really enjoying going to other places and talking about all you guys. Again, you guys know where I'm gonna be. I'm always with ETEP in the place to be reviews. How can you have a 6-foot clown sitting behind you and not be part of the Clown World review, hanging out with Angelus Draven, and have a vampire friend that's right there, that's got your back no matter what. Right. We've got these great creators, Vinny Tartamello himself. You might have heard of him. He's a really good guy. He just went to a con this year, the first one in 3 years, and I'm still buying his stuff from him. So yeah, again, love you, all you guys. I do. And again, anybody that's creating anything, we appreciate it. We really, really do. And this positivity, I love it. I feel better, and I hope y'all do too. So thank you,
man. And that's a beautiful thing. That's it. I'm happy to hear that. It is about being more positive. It's about having a good time with excellent people. Speaking of excellent people, thank you everyone who was here tonight. And then people who stayed all the way to the end like this. I know it's late. We went over 3 hours. Frog G, thank you for dropping all the links. Felix, thank you for dropping those links as well. Clown World Review. Again, everyone out there, I'm not creative 22. We had Spike 220 in the house. We had King of Squibs. Awesome one. So many awesome people. Samba Gogo. William Palmieri was here tonight as well. Excellent, man. He's been back in the books. He's been telling people about all the projects too, and I love it. Blue Samurai, awesome friend, great person all around. Again, like I said, man, we have the great stuff here. So in the chat, on panel, Nuke was here. He was dropping some good stuff too. Mainliness and motivation, hilarious as always, brother. I think I saw Brutal Morning Word earlier as well. King of Squibs. I'm still scrolling up here. There was Felix. Again, yeah. Thank you, everybody. For just being here in general, man. Listening to us talk about the shit that we like, some of the rambling that we do as well. But yeah, we're trying to keep things as real as possible. And yeah, shit. You guys were chatting a lot tonight, which is awesome. I thank you for the super chats as well. Parrot Head. We had Soul Assassin in the house. Keely Chow. Sorry, I'm still kind of scrolling over here. We got a couple new names as well. Pacific 14. Thank you for being here as well.
That's who I was with. I'm sorry, I said the wrong, and I'm sorry if you need to cut. That was it. It was the numbers and dyslexia. I was trying to remember. That's who it was. I was with them, and again, thank you, Tommy, for It was a group text we met just by chance. It was meant to be, though, gentlemen. So yeah, man, great guys.
Yeah, hey, thank you, Tommy. Yeah, absolutely. Glinzer, thank you for being here as well. Sorry, like I said, you guys, thank you again, man. I love when the chat's moving real busy too, and everyone's having a good time. I know those Walton things were hilarious. You guys, every time we played it, you usually chiming in even more, breaking his balls. It's excellent. Last Word of Truth, thank you again for being here tonight. I don't know if she's going to be rewatching the end of this or not, but I'll let her know too. All the great support you guys have been given. And all that stuff too. And thank you for supporting Liam. Again, he only has a couple hours left, so if you want to get out there, he's got excellent projects. You know, we know he went through hell recently because of all the douchebags and all the stalkers and nut jobs. But you know, we're helping him to get back on his feet in a proper way and stay motivated to get these awesome books done. And you know, yeah, and is making sure he's going to be there for his beautiful family. Right, Kitty, thank you for being here as well. Last Way of Blue, man. This Sean Davis, another great person, another good creator. Thank you for being here tonight. But yeah, sorry, it keeps going and going, and it's awesome. Rick, thank you for being here as well. I know there were a few others. Tim's Talk was here tonight, so I didn't even see you at all, man. Dude, thank you for being here, bro. Again, we'll do more. We'll do something soon, hopefully, because we got the whole thing with Hans Koch and his son Ben, because he looks like him. Shadowhawk, thank you for being here as well. I think I hit everyone. If I missed anybody again, my apologies. My brain's shutting down. Yesterday was a really long fucking day, and I wish I had slept more last night. But anyway, thank you, everybody. You people are the best. We'll be back next week. We might do the toy one on Thursday if Tommy's not up and running yet. I'll probably host it, and then we'll do the Friday and we'll do Saturday as well. So or Friday and Sunday rather. So thank you everybody for being here. You guys and girls rock, and we'll. I'm just gonna grab any clip right now. So apologies if it's not a proper one to say goodbye on, but it's still funny. Everyone have an awesome night.
Fucking bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Life does not stop and start at your convenience, you miserable piece of shit.
Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong? Are they going
You
to
want
get...
a tow? I can get you a tow. Believe me. There are ways, dude. You don't want to know about it, believe me.
Yeah, but